We're finally turning a corner.
Okay.
We're finally turning a corner. For the last, 5 weeks, it's been Xbox, Sony, Xbox.
That's true.
Just nothing but Sony and Xbox. And I'm not going to lie to you. It's mostly Sony and Xbox still.
Okay.
But, it's less of a horror show, and it's more like sifting through the ashes of the aftermath. So.
Oh, no, yeah. It's like right after, they attack Genosha.
Yeah. So that'll be fun. Just like Genosha. Welcome back, everybody, to the RageSelect podcast here on RageSelect. I'm Jeff.
And I'm Mike.
Horrifying.
Oh, look, it's a better reference than any other thing I could have said.
There are speed-running X-Men stories on X-Men 97.
Oh, 100%.
The end of the last episode, I'm like, oh, they're wearing new X-Men costumes. Oh, shit, are we doing that? Okay.
Yeah, apparently.
Sure.
You're just going for it.
Yeah, we have the news. There's a lot of news. I tried to make the news as palatable as possible. I started using this new browser a little while back that does vertical tabs instead of horizontal tabs, and I think it's making me open too many tabs.
Oh no, we talked about it. It is.
And so I've been trying to really cut down on the tabs, but it's hard because I'm like, well, that's interesting, and I want to talk about it.
You're now a tab hoarder, Jeff.
I am.
A hoarder, they say.
We'll get to all that in a minute. Michael, I've been waiting all week.
Okay.
I'm waiting all week. I watched The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh, I forgot that existed.
I watched this week, The Mandalorian and Grogu, Masters of the Universe, and Disclosure Day all came out, and I was like, of these three, I'm curious about The Mandalorian and Grogu.
Before you start, though, did you watch? How much of the show did you watch?
I watched all of season 1 and 2 and the whole book of Boba Fett and 2 episodes of season 3 before I was like, I'm fucking done with this.
So you just went straight into it.
Yes.
After not having seen the last season, I'm guessing.
Yes.
Okay.
It didn't matter.
I was just curious.
It didn't fucking matter.
Well, that's why I'm asking, if it mattered or not, type of thing.
You get that. I mean, you know what? You don't need anything. You can just go right in there. I have not watched all of the TV shows.
I haven't either.
I think the Obi-Wan was the last one that I watched. I didn't watch the Acolyte. I've not watched Andor. I never watched all of Andor. I've heard it's really good.
I've meant to watch Andor.
But I've watched a few on and off here and there, but I'm genuinely kind of about Star Wars. So I watched The Mandalorian and Grogu, and I have to say that it was really terrible.
That's all I've heard about it.
I don't know who said okay to this motherfucker. Okay, so first off, you've got the concept, just the concept. I'm going to take the stoic guy in the helmet that covers his face and the puppet that doesn't talk and make a 2-hour movie with those two characters as our main characters. In the show, fucking Bill Burr shows up, or fucking Apollo Creed shows up.
There's a lot of
somebody
side
shows up. Yeah, fucking Gus Fring shows up to fucking have a lightsaber, and some people showed up. There was a buff Jabba the Hutt.
What's Jabba's son or whatever?
Whatever. What the fuck? I don't fucking care.
He's played by the bear.
They're like, didn't you ever want to know what happened to Jabba the Hutt's son? I'm like, no. I never cared about what happened to any of the Hutts ever. You tried this in that Clone Wars cartoon. I didn't care about it then. I don't care about it now.
By the way, it's the same character.
Oh, he's a good guy now, and he's buff. I'm like, I don't want to watch a buff worm. I don't give a shit. I don't know, man. The thing
I didn't know they could be buff. It was kind of weird.
Okay, so I'm not going to say that it was worse than the prequels because I think that the prequels. I think Episode 1 is probably the worst Star Wars movie I've ever seen in retrospect.
Okay, I think it's the second prequel.
2,
in my opinion.
2. 3, there's a little bit more action. I don't like kids, man. I don't like fucking wandering around with fucking kids. And the fucking 25-minute pod race. I don't give a shit. But, man, it was just 3 episodes of The Mandalorian stapled together, and there's big chunks of it where nothing is fucking happening. And I'm just like, why? Why is this happening? I went back when I was done, and I watched the last hour of Solo, a Star Wars story, and I was like, this is so much better. You've got fucking Donald Glover doing a Billy D. Williams impression. You've got fucking Khaleesi from Game of Thrones doing a double cross. You got real actors acting their asses off. Here's Woody Harrelson pulling a double cross. We're doing a train heist. We're doing a fucking spaceship heist. We're doing all the heists. Here's Chewbacca.
Also, that Kessel Run sequence is incredible.
It's great. They're doing a fucking people's uprising on the mining planet, then they go right into the Kessel Run, and there's a big fucking space monster. I'm like, okay. Maybe, I liked Solo. Maybe let's take a look at the last 40 minutes of Rogue One. And it's just a war movie where people are getting exploded and everybody's dying and it's real sad shit. But, like, stuff is happening. It wasn't for me, but, like, stuff was happening.
And it's got a great Darth Vader sequence at the end.
Yeah. I don't understand what the fuck happened here.
I keep hearing that.
It was so room temperature tap water with nothing in it that I was like, I guess this serves a purpose, but I'd rather have anything else. I'd rather have a worse movie.
Yeah.
I'd rather have a worse movie than this because a bad movie can be fun to make fun of. Much rather have a better movie than this where you bring back somebody else. They even had a guy. They had a guy at the beginning that was driving them around. And then, like, he fucked off for the entire middle of the movie. And I'm like, well, that guy was interesting, and he talked. You could have had him through the entire movie.
Yeah, say what you will about Rise of Skywalker, but it's funny to make fun of Rise of Skywalker.
I mean, yeah, it is a terrible fucking movie.
Yeah.
It is a terrible movie. Endless enjoyment of how fucking bad it is. Yeah, I don't understand. I was gobsmacked. Everybody.
Is Sigourney Weaver as bad as I hear she is?
Yes. And it's also one of those. Well, it's also one of those.
Which is a shame, by the way.
I'm not gonna. Okay, I don't want to keep going because I have a.
I know. I'm just curious. I want to know a lot about this. I never saw it.
There's no arc for anybody.
I've heard that too.
Like, in a movie, like, say what you will about The Rise of Skywalker, but, like, Rey Palpatine wants something. She's looking for her place in the universe, and she gets tempted by her fucking robot clone grandfather man, whatever he is, I don't know. And then eventually at the end, she's made her peace. She's Rey Skywalker. She said, I'm Rey Skywalker. I didn't like it. It was stupid. Fuck you. Or Rey Palpatine or whatever.
Well, it is Rey Skywalker. Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck her. They ride the horses on top of the thing. Fucking the knife. You hold the knife up to the stars. It was stupid as shit. But, like, she had a journey. Kylo Ren had
some arcs,
a journey. Like, the beginning of The Mandalorian and Grogu and the end of Mandalorian and Grogu, they're the exact same Mandalorian and Grogu, except that he gets a ship that's like his ship from the original series.
Yes.
So it's like you're going backwards. Like, you had the original ship and that was cool. And you blew that up, and then he had one of those fucking dumbass Naboo starfighters, and he fucking kitted that shit out. It's like, okay, cool. And now we're just going backwards. And then Sigourney Weaver shows up and she's like, imagine that scene, where the commissioner is gonna have my ass when, like, the cop that's off the chain. He's you blew up a building, McCluskey. I can't believe it. Like, imagine if in that scene, if he's like, McCluskey, you blew up another building, but I'm gonna promote you anyway. Now, I don't know, leave my office or don't. And I'm like, hey, does anybody fucking care that they're in this movie? Does anybody give a shit? The CGI Hutts were, like, the most interesting characters in this movie. I would almost have rather just watched a movie about the CGI Hutts.
That's a shame. Everything I hear about that movie just sounds like, why did we do this? Like, why?
Yeah. And it would have made sense if it had come out, like, 5 years ago, like, if it had been
the height of its
closer
thing,
to where people were into The Mandalorian and Grogu.
I hear the music's good.
There's this one interesting scene that had an interesting reference back to the original Star Wars that was kind of cool. I won't ruin it in case anybody wants to watch it. Also, and I don't know how much of Mandalorian and Grogu you watched, but, like, the other thing that was really
not the
weird
same
to
as
me,
you, to be honest.
the Grogu puppet doesn't move right, and it's like, that's now canon that it doesn't move right. Like, I mean, I've seen Muppets, right? I've seen fully CGI monsters, and I've seen stop animated monsters, and I've seen fucking Jim Henson's Muppets, and Grogu moves like me when I first started using Jeff Puppet. Like, he just kind of puts a hand that doesn't move on something, and, like, they're really just banking that you're looking into the big fucking Yoda eyes. But as a person who's had my hand up the back of a felt monster, I'm like, this sucks, dude. Get Brian Henson in here or something. Like, I don't know. Anyway, whole thing was unenjoyable. I should have watched Disclosure Day. That sounded like it was a shit show, and I would have had a lot more fun watching it.
I also think you would have had more fun with the He-Man movie.
Maybe. But
because there are arcs in that.
You already talked about that movie, so
that's true. I did already talk about that movie.
Anyway, Mandalorian and Grogu, do not recommend. Don't watch it. Fucking go watch Andor again, or watch X-Men '97, or rewatch the Identity Tartakovsky Clone Wars. Watch Solo, Star Wars Story.
Yes.
I think that movie is actually
movie's pretty fun.
Like, it may not be the best movie I've ever seen, but it's there. It's cool. It's fun.
It's got its moments.
Yeah.
Except for the Solo origin name, which is stupid.
I've forgotten that they explain why there's a big hole in between those big tongs in the front of the Millennium Falcon.
Yes.
Like, that's explained, and I'm like, oh, cool. And it didn't take but 1 second to do it. You didn't have to fucking have the passport guy explain to me why there's a hole in the front of the Millennium Falcon. I still get salty about that fucking, oh, you're by yourself, your name is Han Solo. It's like, okay,
he has no people.
That's right.
Solo.
Solo, right. Michael,
just giggling himself afterwards.
This is just the beginning of a storm that could go for 4 hours, so why don't you tell me what you watched last week so we can move on to the news?
I brought this up, I think a little bit. I don't remember if it was on mic or not, but I saw the entirety of season 15 for King of the Hill.
How many episodes is that?
It's like 10 episodes. It's not really long. It's like half an hour. You can watch it in like an afternoon very easily.
That's 5 hours worth of. That's more than I put in. And fucking,
but it's good. Is the thing. It's like it takes place pretty much directly after the last season's done, where Bobby and Connie are now dating, and so you're seeing the relationship woes of those two.
Yeah,
as well as like Bobby trying to get his restaurant more on the map since he's like a young 20-something with a restaurant.
Okay.
Like he gets on a reality show at one point to try to promote his stuff.
Okay.
You're also seeing Peggy trying to find more ways of things to do now that they're retired. There's a new dog that enters the picture, that sort of thing.
Okay.
Like there's a lot of really like interesting things going on in this series, as because you see more of what, like you feel more of like what's going on with the characters post Hank finally coming back more, and the voices have now settled.
Okay.
As their older versions, as well as like the ones that were new people. And it's all just fucking hilarious, though. Like, it feels like original King of the Hill still, which, in my opinion, is the best thing about it. Is like it's the best revival of anything I've seen so far.
I know the last season got good, but not like perfect reviews, and this season seems like it got like perfect reviews.
I thought last season was really, really, really good.
Yeah,
but this one I think is even better than that season was.
Okay,
like I was blown away
in general.
Yeah,
like,
I was completely blown away by how much I loved everything going on.
Okay.
Throughout the entire season, and there's some amazing callbacks to the original season, original series. Where, like, for instance, there's like an episode that's known as one of the more hated episodes where Peggy kind of loses her shit on Bobby because he was getting better at like home ec and stuff, because he was showing that he was getting good at cooking and all these things. Sure. And he's gonna like cook a turkey and she loses her goddamn mind. And so finally, like in the seasons, she's just like, I'm sorry I fucked up your turkey.
Oh, okay.
And so it's just like finally like it's them like growing as people, and I thought that was really fun. And there's a lot of good Easter eggs for past characters, some that I didn't expect to find out what their fate was, type of thing. Yeah. And some that you're like, no, that makes perfect sense. Okay. And then the season finale was like it finally plugged in the information of what happened between the end of the series and like the beginning of last season. Okay. To finally figure out why Hank ended up in Saudi Arabia. Okay. And I thought it was a wonderful ending of the season, to the point where I'm like, if the show ended right here, I'd have no issues with this. Cool. And I really, really enjoy it immensely. And it's just really funny, and it's timely, and even the stuff that feels like it's not normally timely still feels good for Hank to deal with. Like he goes to like a comic convention, and it's just Hank being like, I don't know what the fuck to do here. All right. And then but learning how to grow as a person, because he realizes this means a lot to these people, and I thought that was really nice. It's a great season. A really, really good season.
Yeah, if you want your nostalgia, also I can't talk. It seems like it's going to be fine, but X-Men 97 has been great so far. Yeah. Like it's been a great callback to old shit. It's really hitting like the X-Men stories that I've read a lot of. So
yeah, I think those two shows are like some of the peak revivals I've seen. Yeah. So it's really good.
All right. We've got a lot of Microsoft to talk about. Yes. But before we do that, I just wanted to give us a little chance to have some fun. Some horrible fun. We got the second Resident Evil trailer.
Yes.
Zach Kreger's Resident Evil. This one is a little bit less vibes and a little bit more here's what's actually happening. And it appears that the main character is taking an organ transplant to Raccoon City, and it's like on the outskirts of Raccoon City, and then from there it appears that shotguns and monsters and horror shows appear. I don't think we've seen anything outside of just like regular ass zombies, but this at least is an explanation of like kind of what's going on, more so than the first one. The first one's just very like vibesy.
Yeah, the first one is or the first couple, because I think there's a second trailer as well. I think this is the third trailer technically.
Oh, okay.
Because the original trailer is just him going to the inside the house and making a call.
Oh, like the teaser.
Yeah, the very early teaser.
Okay.
And the first one, like, as you mentioned, is more like the vibes of just weird, insane shit.
Yeah.
There's a lot of insane shit that happens in the other trailer. But this is the actual story.
Yeah.
And I really like is what a lot of the comments are saying is that this is the NPC story in Resident Evil 2.
This is the Resident Evil Outbreak.
Yeah, because like,
story.
and what I love is the very fact that that is what it is. Like that's what Zach Kreger wants it to be.
Yeah,
he was like, yeah, I'm not making a Resident Evil movie that's about Leon or any of those guys because that's a terrible thing to try, as we've seen multiple people try over and over again.
Yeah, I mean, it just becomes like an action movie with some Resident Evil sprinkled on top.
Yeah, and with bad adaptation shit going on.
Yeah.
And what I love about this is when he finds there's a point where he goes into a room and he's like, I gotta find shotgun shells, and he finds them in the drawer as you do in Resident Evil.
Yeah.
And it's got the fucking heavy field box on it.
And on the desk there's a old typewriter that looks just like the typewriter from the safe. So it's like a reference without having to explain that his name is Solo because he has no people.
Yeah,
right? He just put something from Resident Evil in there, and it's fine. It's fine.
And there's like hints that whatever he's carrying might be a lot more important than we think.
Right.
Or that even he thinks so.
Because he's got an organ. Yeah, he's got some kind of organ, and they say in the beginning that like they'll pay him double because he's like, I'm done, I gotta go home, and they're like, we'll pay you double, and he's like, okay.
Yeah, and I like that he's like there's some drama in his own life because he's having like relationships problems.
Right.
And the fact that him going there is like there has to be some reason why he's going for double pay,
right?
More than like dealing with the fight that he's having with his girlfriend.
Yeah,
it's just a lot of fun stuff. And I love that I kind of really liked the character right away, just from this small bit of trailer.
It was really weird, that shot where they had Mr. X, but he was running with his hands behind him like Naruto. Yeah. That was weird. I didn't expect that part.
And then X going to give you two got louder as he approached. Right. It was very strange. And he had 7 hot dogs. I don't know why.
Yeah. No, it looks good. It looks like it's a pretty straightforward like zombie movie with Zach Kreger's like weird, like there's a shot of all these zombie arms coming out of the front of a house, and like there's a part of him walking down like a road, and there's just like fucking bodies falling down, and so it looks like not necessarily as convoluted as something like Barbarian or Weapons, but still with the same kind of attention to detail and interesting style going on.
Like he still has the confines of what's going on in the world.
Yeah.
So he can't do what he normally does, where he just inserts some really weird twisty type things.
Yeah.
But he might still have some of that going on.
It makes me
we don't really fully know what's going to happen with it.
It makes me more excited for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre from the fucking Obsession guy, because when they said Zach Kreger's gonna make Resident Evil, and I'm like, really? Resident Evil, like that? Yeah. That's a cursed property. No one touches Resident Evil and gets away with their career intact. But this looks pretty good. So,
and I think again, it's the smart choice to be like, I'm not adapting any of the games myself. Right. Yeah. And it's something that this is the thing I've always said about horror related things. Instead of making the same 80 times Chris has to fight somebody to the death,
right? Have
a guy that just happened to be at whatever bio weapon attack that happened, and just some guy surviving. That was what was great about that. Remember, I think it was the Resident Evil. Was it 2 or 3 that had those like those mini Survivor DLC thing? that they did? You
Well,
remember?
I thought that was a separate thing. If you're talking about the PS2 one, you need the hard drive for.
No, remember from when they did the remake, there was like a special mode where you were like Cindy or whatever, and it was just like an NPC character that you just did this very short sequence of.
No, I don't remember that. I
remember, yeah. I was like, you should do more of that. Like, have characters that are doing their own storylines in the confines of this world,
right?
More than just like, oh, what's Leon doing again? I'm like, look, we've seen Leon do this 1,000 times.
Right.
I want to see what fucking gas station guy was up to before things went wrong.
Leon's so good at this that in Requiem he felt like I was like, okay, guys, you're parrying Mr. X. Let's tone it down a little bit. Let's tone it down just a little bit.
And that's exactly what Resident Evil should be doing.
Anyway, so yeah, that's Resident. Go watch the trailer. All right, let's get into it. We're going to start. This kind of happened right last week, right around the time that I recorded last week's podcast. So technically, we're kind of starting way back, but we're going to be moving forward from here.
Oh, is this what I think it is?
Bethesda put out a big statement outlining like their roadmap and priorities moving forward. So I don't think anybody's going to be shocked by what I'm about to say. I'm reading between the lines here, but the first thing they talked about was Starfield, and they were like, we're gonna continue making stories. We'll continue expanding the settled systems with new stories, targeted gameplay improvements, and additional updates while preparing for the launch of the new Starborn content next year. And then it talks about how many people use the creation engine. Part of me is wondering, is it like, are you just planning on making the community, like, did you make Starfield with the idea that you were going to have the community fix it? Like, not like it happened before where you put out the janky game and then other people spent like 10 years fixing it, but did you plan on that this time?
It's hard to tell with some of this stuff.
Yeah. Let's see, the big thing here was that they finally confirmed that Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas full remakes are underway, which we totally knew. But they also didn't talk about when, like no time frame whatsoever. They also talk about how they're starting like pre-production on Fallout 5, and I'm like, that's a lot of fucking Fallout. Because they also talked about how Fallout 76 is getting a DLC that's supposed to connect. Okay, this is the weirdest thing, Michael. I want to know what you think about this. Fallout 76 is a major expansion planned for next year. Raven Rock, a prequel story to Fallout 3. I'm like, Fallout 3 is about Liam Neeson and his kid. Are you going to play as Liam Neeson? Like,
look, he's got a very particular set of Fallout skills.
I guess.
And so you got to make sure that you do all those. No,
what does that mean? It's not like the Fallout 3 world has like a through line. It's just trying to get the fucking water chip again, but this time with Liam Neeson. Like,
that was the thing about Fallout 76 is when Fallout 76 came out, they're like, well, this is like when everybody finally first started coming out of the vaults, which is why there's nothing to do.
Yeah.
Which felt like an excuse for like, this is why we didn't build an expansive world.
Yeah.
And so they're like, well, now we're at the point where we have enough expansive world, but now we need something to connect to whatever our Fallout 3 remake is going to be.
Right.
So they probably just threw in some random shit. That's just finding the vault maybe from Fallout 3, bet you.
Is this just like shoving the ghoul? Or is there like a side quest where you have to lead like a 20-year-old Liam Neeson and his wife to the vault that they come out of?
Yeah, maybe there's something like that, or just like finding that vault or something.
Some bullshit.
Or maybe building the robot that's out for communism. I'm gonna let you finish the statement before I'm gonna say what I fully think of this statement.
Well, yeah, let me get through all the rest of this. Fallout Shelter continues to be a thing. I don't know how that's possible. Apparently, the studio that made the Fallout show is going to be making a Fallout Shelter show, which sounds like the most horrible idea that I've ever heard of. But I don't know. I thought that the show on Amazon was kind of a horrible idea, so I don't know.
Maybe it's an anthology. That'd be fun.
Maybe so. They're not doing anything for Fallout Day this year, but apparently for Fallout's 30th anniversary next year, they're going to be celebrating Fallout Day in Washington, D.C., and this is where I make the obvious joke that it should take at least 1 year to get Washington, D.C. to look like it does in Fallout 3.
Oh, yeah.
So by that time, it'll definitely be all knocked down and filled with super mutants and rad scorpions.
Yeah, it'll be perfect.
Yeah, they're also working with Obsidian to do yet another Fallout thing. So you got Fallout 3 Remake, Fallout New Vegas Remake, Fallout 76 Expansion, Fallout Shelter, the TV show, Fallout 5 in pre-production, Fallout 4 is getting some new creation kit upgrades, and then Obsidian is also making something in the Fallout universe. So I'm like, I never thought I would say this, but this sounds like too much fucking Fallout to me. Like, I don't know, maybe more Starfield, less Fallout. They're also doing Elder Scrolls. They got Elder Scrolls 6 and Fallout 5 are going to be made on the Creation Engine 3. That's an interesting bit of news because Creation Engine 2 is what they made Starfield on. And so hopefully they'll be upgrading it so that it can actually make large outdoor areas and not just giant insides of houses that you drive around in.
Yeah.
And then they don't really talk very much about Elder Scrolls Online, but Elder Scrolls Online is also we'll get back to Elder Scrolls Online. So that's the roadmap moving forward. All the Fallout. Also, they're still making Elder Scrolls 6. ESO is not being shut down, but like Bethesda's turned into a fucking Fallout company basically, and yeah.
Here's the thing I got from reading this story or this as statement when I read it the first time. Is I could hear Asha Sharma off camera, or not even off camera, but like as they're typing it with the gun to the head, whoever's going, you better make more Fallout. You better make more games, or I'm going to shoot Todd Howard in the face.
The thing is that the time to make more Fallout games would have been before 2 years ago when the Fallout show came out, and everybody and my dad was like, "What is Fallout?"
Yeah.
Like
the problem was she wasn't there at the time,
right?
And she's like, "We need money,
right?
And we need it now,
right.
And you guys haven't been making dick, for like 20 years."
It's
guys.
like, we made Fallout Shelter, like
it's like what if we made more Fallout fishing mini games, and you just hear the gun fucking clock again, and he's like, "Oh god, no!"
Yeah.
He's like, I'm gonna do like 8 Fallout games. You're like, really now? And we're gonna hang out with Obsidian. It's gonna be great, guys.
But the interesting thing about this is I've never read so many pieces of news that had zero time. Like there's no expectation of when any of this shit will appear outside of that stupid Fallout 76 expansion.
Well, like I said, the reason I feel that the gun to the head thing, and I know it's a joke, but it's also not actually a joke either.
Yeah,
is because we found out the full confirmation existence of Fallout 5 through a text,
right?
Basically,
through this.
It's the equivalent of me. It's the equivalent of you doing another RageCast and then just texting it to me.
Yeah,
and it's like I would be like, what? Like, or not even texting me, just texting like random people,
sending
like,
you a message on Facebook. Hey, Michael, I got married.
Yeah, exactly. You would be like, what the fuck? Like, you would be confused. Like when Elder Scrolls 6 was announced, it was this big fucking spectacle. The same with Starfield. Every time Bethesda's announced anything, it's been like an event. It's the greatest thing that's ever happened to you plebeians.
It's almost
Bethesda's coming to you and showing you the future of the world.
You have like 4 months until the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Make a fucking bullshit trailer and put it at the end of the Game Awards.
It would have blown everybody's mind.
Yeah. Don't fucking tell me this in a blog post.
Exactly.
What is this? Get your live journal out of here, Asha.
When I saw this, I was like, oh, you're just trying to be like, Asha Schleimer, I swear to God, we're working on things. Don't fucking kill us.
Yeah.
That's what this sounds like.
Well, there is another reason, though, Michael.
What's that?
And that could be that they put out this statement on the same day when a bunch of Bethesda workers in Canada were laid off. And
oh, shit.
Not only were they laid off, but you might remember that Bethesda is one of the ones that has them labor unions.
Yeah.
So when they were laid off, apparently, I couldn't get like all of the information on this, but what happened was they were laid off. They were told they were going to be employed until the end of August. They were going to negotiate their severance package with the union. And then like... When this came out, they were told, actually, here's 8 weeks, here's your vacation, your health insurance is immediately canceled, you're all leave the building immediately. And we're like, wait, what? Like, I thought I had like a month to do this. They were like, yeah, no, here's the minimum required by Canadian law, and you can just get the fuck out of here. Goodbye, good night, hello, goodbye.
Yeah,
so,
I looked a little bit into this before because I remember seeing this, which is that they're like, yeah, we did not only the minimum amount, but the minimum amount we can do without having to talk that we legally shouldn't have to talk to the union about.
Yes,
which is fucking insane. They did all that.
Yep.
And I was like, what?
I mean, and on the one hand, like all this shit is happening. I could see them just be like, whatever they want, just fucking pay it. I don't want to. I don't have to go to a. I don't have to go to a fucking Zoom meeting to negotiate the severance. Just fucking get them the fuck out of here. It's like, well, but we told them, and it's like, I don't care what you told them. Say we're making Fallout 5 and get them the fuck out of the building.
Yeah.
So
and apparently, I think they're going to sue Microsoft pretty much immediately.
Yeah, the union is filing a suit. I don't know. I don't know how Canadian law works, so that may or may not be a thing, but who can say?
Well, maybe they have to fight each other in Fallout. I don't know.
That's right. In Fallout 76. They do Fallout 76 PvP.
Yeah.
We also got the news that this was a weird one, but Elder Scrolls Online... okay, I actually kind of understand this. Let me tell you what happened, and then I will explain why I think I understand this happened. So I don't know if you know this, but Elder Scrolls Online, this is going to sound weird, just started season 1.
I'm sorry, what?
They just started a seasonal model for updates, and so technically it's season 1, even though that game has been out for fucking ever, right?
That makes more sense.
Last week, they shut down the web store. So there's microtransactions for stuff in the game, and there is a web portal interface where you can go to buy currency and to spend that currency on stuff, and it's their premium cash shop, and so they closed that down. They also said they used to have these big dedicated showcase blogs where they explained everything that was being added to the game and blah 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 blah, and they had like high resolution screenshots of various items and things. Like the wiki people would use that as a way to get pictures of like the new things and put them on the wiki. That's gone as well. It's going to be basically just like a list, like your changelog list. So yeah, that happened, and I'm like, that's a very weird bunch of news, especially because Elder Scrolls Online, it does make money.
It does make quite a bit.
It's a weird one. But then I thought about it, and I was like, all of this is like web team.
Oh.
Like, you could still buy the crowns, you could still buy the microtransactions inside of the game. You just cannot do them through the website.
Yeah.
So you don't have to have a portal. You don't have to pay Stripe or PayPal or whatever for transactions. You can do those transactions directly through the game.
It also makes your player numbers look higher because people have to log in just to do these things. And
also,
then log out.
fucking, you can get rid of Barbara, who spends fucking 40 hours a week taking high resolution PNG shots of swords to put in a newsletter. And it's like, do we need that? Do we need that newsletter? How many people even look at this? How many hits are on this blog post when they come out? It's like, well, 20,000. It's like, okay, get the fuck rid of that. What percentage of our transactions go through the website? It's like, well, 10%. It's like, okay, get the fuck rid of that. Like, you got a whole team that is doing these things. These people could be used elsewhere. Like, they not even fired, but their efforts could be put to something more useful than making a blog post and keeping up with the microtransaction website.
There's no real reason in their heads. There's no real reason for any of this to be happening. And you're right. A lot of blog posts don't really get looked at normally.
Yes.
And so I guarantee the majority of people probably aren't all that upset about this.
Yep. We're getting really weird messaging. This is one of the move fast and break things about, like, okay, well, Microsoft, what games will be platform exclusive? like you've announced that the multiplayer games won't be, and then with the single player games, just so all of the single player games, not all of the single player games, some of them, and it's like, which ones? And they're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't tell you.
They're like, we have 2 of them. It's like, but we're going to be more, right?
Yes.
Maybe.
Yeah.
But who's looking into it? Top men.
Yeah. Like, there's an interview with what's his name, that Ball dude, Matt Ball, is that his name? Matthew Ball. Yeah, Matt Booty and Matt Ball. Yeah, 2 balls.
The ball and the booty.
Yeah. Saying, we have a framework for these selections, including how we evaluate them. I recognize this approach is not obvious to all of our players, and we are committed to making this clearer. And then he said, I wouldn't, quote, this was the quote that made the headlines, I wouldn't overly fixate on single player. I think that's a good rule of thumb, but it certainly isn't something that's carved in stone. We're the stewards of over blah, 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 blah. We make a lot of money, yada, yada, yada. So the question, I mean, the thing at this point is like, well, we don't want to promise everything, because if this is something that makes money on other consoles, we don't want to not, like, Fallout 5 will probably be on consoles that are not Xbox consoles, probably, almost certainly, the Fallout 3 and the Fallout New Vegas remake will probably release on PlayStation because they started development there. So even though you guys are fucking like trying to do a 90-degree Tron light cycle turn with a fucking, semi truck, like there's going to be some ambiguity, and there is no way to say yes this or no not this.
Yeah, I have a feeling though for the when they mention the multiplayer things, like, well, we don't know. Like, they're probably trying to be like, well, let's see how Halo does on the PlayStation now.
Right.
Because Halo, for people who don't know, Halo remake, it just started for the $100 whatever.
The
deluxe edition.
Early access.
There's a lot of issues with it right now, but it has started. And a lot of the people I've seen actually post about this thing are PlayStation users. Like, for reals. Like, most of the people talking about playing the game...
Well, Michael, Xbox users
and PlayStation users
have been able to play Halo, 40, 50 times at this point?
Yeah.
How many re-releases of Halo have there been?
Exactly, but they're probably like testing the water at this point, going, well, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
And if this turns out to do fairly well on that, maybe we'll make another Halo Microsoft multiplayer game.
Yep.
But maybe we'll hang on to it. Maybe we won't. Who knows?
Who could say? We don't want to say anything for sure, but we want all of the credit as if we've said something specific.
Well, Jeff, they're playing both sides. That way they always come out on top.
That's right. You shouldn't tell them, though. You shouldn't tell them what's in it. Okay, how about some good news? This is an interesting thing that happened last week. So whatever the emulator that they put on the Xbox Series X to be able to play backwards compatible games, they've put that on the PC version.
Yes.
So you can now play some Xbox, even though I think this is a fucking terrible list. You can play Blinks the Time Sweeper, Conquer Live and Reloaded, Crimson Skies, High Road to Revenge, and Fusion Frenzy on your PC if you own them on your Microsoft account.
Yes.
You can also purchase them, I believe. But don't buy Fusion Frenzy. That game sucks.
It's a terrible game.
I played that game when it came out on the Xbox. Everybody was like, I worked at Microsoft when the Xbox came out, and everybody bought them through the company store, and they were like, yeah, here's Halo. And it's like, well, you got anything else? It's like, I got this game called Fusion Frenzy. Should we try it out? And I was like, yeah. Played it for 10 minutes. They were like, load Halo back up. Load Halo back up.
No, there's a reason why Halo is the reason the Xbox survived. But the list that they gave was so weird.
Yeah.
Because who the fuck gives a shit about Blinks the Time Sweeper, first of all? Second of all, Crimson Skies High Road is actually the only game on that list I think is worth a damn.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for Conquer Live and Reloaded, it's not even the better version of the Conquer game, in my opinion.
Right.
Like, it's a very strange list.
But they all do upsampling and high frame rates and all that bullshit.
They got achievements too or something, right?
Something like that. It's obvious that they're just, whatever emulator they built to do the backwards compatibility obviously runs on PC hardware, which is what a Series X is. And so they're like, well, fucking put that shit on Game Pass, which is interesting to me, Michael, because it makes me wonder whether whether we'll start seeing 360 games become backwards compatible on the PC app.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. When you said that, I'm like, there are a lot of 360 backwards compatible games as well.
Yep.
That I would love for people to be able to play on the PC, and I would like for them to just go back to this on the Xbox itself to just start adding stuff again.
Add more.
That would be nice, but it's like, again, that all comes down to publishers though.
So that's some good news. Here's some, well, I don't know, whatever. We knew this was coming. I don't know anybody who uses fucking xCloud or streaming as their primary way of playing
still a thing?
Video games, because I'm a fucking tax-paying adult with electronics, and I'm not about to stream my games over my fucking TV. Y'all may remember that a little while back, Microsoft announced that they were going to be testing an ad-supported version of xCloud. So you don't have an Xbox Game Pass membership. What you do is you load this thing up and you watch an ad, and then you get to play a game for an hour over xCloud. And then once that hour is up, you're done. Now, right now, I don't know the specifics because it's 1 hour. Now, they do the same thing on GeForce Now, I believe. But on GeForce Now, once your hour is up, you can log back in and watch another ad and then keep playing. I don't know if that's going to be how it works here because this is just a test. But what a fucking nightmare world. Like, like I gotta watch a KFC fucking advertise. They're never good either.
No.
They're always bad
And they're always the same advertisement. every
Dodge
time.
Ram. You want to buy it? No, I don't want to buy a Dodge Ram. Get the fuck out of here. Now you can play Blinks the Time Sweeper for fucking 60 minutes.
The whole thing, and also 60 minutes is not a long time in a gaming.
It's really not.
Gaming thing. It's really not.
It's really not. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's that I guess. Hey, gaming is expensive. That's one way to get people to play video games.
I guess, but like still.
Actually, it's an interesting segue because there was some sales data that showed that from June of 2025 to June of 2026, Xbox hardware sales like almost doubled. They went up by 86%. And a lot of people think that this is due to okay. So there was one explanation that I saw around when I was looking at this. One was that they announced a price increase, and so people want to get the Series X before the price increases in August.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think probably worked in their favor is that June was when we had the showcase, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so they showed off all that stuff. So you got a lot of, maybe this is my last chance to buy an Xbox that costs significantly less than a Steam machine. Maybe I'll go get one.
Yeah.
I don't know, though, why though? That still seems like a huge increase. Like,
oh no, it's a very baffling increase. Not because I think Xbox is the worst.
Yeah. Like PlayStation sales were down by 40% year over year for the same month.
Yeah, I part of it definitely is probably price increase reasons, but it still increased during that time originally. Like it was one of the first increased consoles in price at the time.
Yep.
And Asha Shawarma didn't. I said shawarma. Asha Sharma.
I just gonna let that one go.
Sorry, my brain has been defaulting to shawarma.
That's all right. That's all right.
Which is hilarious because I don't really eat shawarma. Asha Sharma didn't take over until what, like end of last year?
It was around
Something
the
like
later
that?
half of last year, yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't think it was her that caused this either.
Well, I also think it's I mean, I'd have to go back and look at it. I really do think it has a lot to do with the showcase than people maybe wanting to get in ahead of time. But I also think that there's just more heat on Xbox right now than there was last year around the same time. It was still very just like tepid. It was like business as usual.
Yeah.
No big releases. You didn't have a Halo that was coming out. You didn't have a Halo remake that was coming out. You didn't have a Gears on the horizon for,
there is a possibility that this is Game Pass's fault.
Yeah.
Because the economy is getting worse and things are getting more expensive, and some of these people are probably like, well, I could just get Game Pass and an Xbox and just like the way I have my Netflix or the way people have Netflix accounts,
sure,
and just do that for a while.
Yeah.
And that might have been something that some of these people thought of. There's a number, like the thing is, this is surprising because I don't have any like definitive answers as to why somebody would do something like that. And I don't mean that and I think they're crazy or anything like that. It's just that it's kind of sudden. Like there's nothing that's
it's very odd.
There's nothing that like was like, as you mentioned, there was no like huge big seller announcements during any of that period.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know. Oh boy. Okay, we got
maybe Fable. I don't know.
We got to marathon through the rest of these Xbox ones real quick. Hey, you remember that the company that made that Mighty Doom, the phone app?
Oh yeah,
Alpha Dog was what they were called.
Mm-hmm.
They were dissolved, right?
Oh shit. Okay.
Well, that was like last year.
Oh, I forgot about that. Okay.
And apparently, this was very weird. The guy that runs the place like posted on LinkedIn and was like, "Hey, we're available. Also, now I own this company." So apparently he was able to claw back. Let me see what the exact thing is. He said independently owned again. So apparently he was able to kind of claw back the rights to this mobile phone studio.
Interesting.
Yeah. And get it back on the market. Yeah, I don't know. It's possible that might be good. I never played Mighty Doom. I don't know anything. I don't like phone games, so like it's.
I heard decent things.
Interesting
at the
note.
time. Yeah, but maybe they'll be able to get allowed to make other stuff again.
Yeah. We also have yet another story about the people that are left at id Software are desperate to let you know that they're still working on stuff.
Yes.
They're still alive. They're still doing their thing.
We're not dead yet, guys. That's what I keep saying.
Yes. And they're still working on id Tech, basically.
Yeah, that was the biggest worry about them, about all the layoffs, is because id Tech seems to be the only other engines that's going on that is worth a damn.
Right.
That isn't like Unreal.
Yeah.
And it's just, everybody and their mom is just like, everybody died.
Right.
There's nothing happening here, guys. It's just like, no, that's not what's happening.
Yep. And then let's wrap it up here. So one of the people that was hired when Asha Sharma kind of brought in the new group of people to help run Xbox was a guy named Jared Palmer. Who was going to be advising on platform development tools and infrastructure. This was like May of last year. No, May of this year. Sorry. June, July. Yeah.
That was the thing. Yeah, that wasn't that long ago when she announced all these things.
Yeah. It's been 3 months. He is leaving the team. But I don't think... Normally, I would be interested to know, like, well, what happened here? Is it like so toxic? Is Asha Sharma like wandering the halls with a cattle prod, like fucking zapping executives to make them work better? This guy is moving over to an AI startup company, so I'm sure they fucking backed up the AI money dump truck to his house and started pouring RAM chips into his living room until he said, stop, I will work for you. I work for you.
Yeah, it's also just probably, he probably did the Xbox things as a favor to her, because a lot of the people she picked seem to be people she'd already worked with at some point.
It's also possible that he looked at the infrastructure for 3 months and was like, okay, well, here's what you do. And then was like, okay, bye.
I ran this through my AI, and he says, I think you should do this.
Right.
I'm gonna go.
With that, we're gonna go ahead and take a break. That was all the Microsoft that we've got. We got a fair number left.
Yeah.
We're gonna be moving on. We got some other stuff coming up. We come back. It's Valve's turn under the microscope. So stick around, and we'll be back in just a minute. And we are done, I think, talking about Microsoft. I could be lying. I don't know.
I'm sure they'll come up in some way.
I forgot. All right, let's move on. Valve was asked it was like I don't remember what it was. There was some kind of thing where they were talking with one of the Valve engineers, and they asked if they were planning on doing any exclusives. I used quotey fingers for that, for the Steam machine. And they said no, which... Okay, is both kind of interesting and the Steam Deck had an exclusive. It was that Good Job Aperture Science thing that they put out. So the idea of having something on there is not completely farcical or unheard of.
Yeah.
Like the idea of like, well, Half-Life 3 is coming out and it's exclusive to the Steam machine. It's like, no, it's fucking not. Like, I don't know.
No, that's not ever happening.
But putting something out would not necessarily be like, I guess there's probably just not enough features to really make a thing specifically for it.
It's also not even that, like, the lower end isn't even that strong of a PC type of thing. There's no real reason to make it exclusive to that specific machine. Like, the closest thing to an exclusive they've had, besides what you mentioned, was the VR Alex game.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's kind of it.
Yep. Yeah, it's also, I mean, they've been very upfront about the idea of just like, well, the whole reason to make this thing was to get you to fucking put money into the Steam store. Like,
we're not stupid. Like, we want you to be able to do what you want with it. And also, it costs like $1 billion fucking right now.
Very true.
There's no real reason to do anything like that.
Yep. Very true. And guess what? It might end up costing even more.
Oh, for fuck's sakes.
In the same the Valve engineer they were talking to in a recent interview said that here's the thing. All of the prices right now are like 3 to 6 months delayed because the price increase, you have your stock, right?
Yeah.
So you run through your current stock before you have to buy new stock. And so what they have right now is what they got like a year ago.
Oh.
And so the idea of making more moving forward means that you're going to have to buy even more inflated chips at a higher price, which is big poopiness.
That's all bad.
It's no good. Yeah, here's the quote. Honestly, it's just getting worse. Just in case people are not aware, what people are seeing on retail shelves right now from our observations is lagging what we're seeing from a bulk supply by at least 3 to 6 months.
Oh, Jesus.
I part of me has to wonder, Michael, if if all electronics double in price by December, it was just like, okay, nope, all right, we're gonna start dragging people out in the streets.
No,
like,
shut it down.
Fuck it, no, fuck it. Like, I'm not doing that anymore. Like, I don't give a shit how good the TV is. You can go fuck yourself. I'm not paying $10,000 for a 45-inch fucking LG TV that shows me AI ads. Like, fuck your mother.
The second that all happens, I'm like, I'm done buying electronics. Basically,
Yep.
I'm staying with everything I have until it's busted.
Yep.
And then buying the cheapest thing I can find after that.
Yep, pretty much.
Like, I am dumpster diving again.
Pretty much.
This is ridiculous.
Yep. So, yeah. Well, here's one that was interesting. I don't know if this is I don't know what this is indicative of, but year over year, the amount of Steam Decks that have been sold is down 82%.
Oh, Jesus. I'm not surprised by that at all.
Which the thing is that the Steam Deck raised in cost by between $250 and $300 for every single model.
It was a huge increase.
They also discontinued the LCD model, which was the cheapest one. So,
which I also think is insane to do.
Yeah, well, I mean, the thing is that when they did that, they probably didn't realize that they were going to be paying so much for the goddamn chips that went inside
That's
of it.
probably
like,
true.
The problem with all this industry stuff is that everybody thinks that you could turn industry on a dime, and you can't. Like,
No.
it's all moving in one direction. So, but yeah, I mean, that's big. 82% decline in weekly shipment volume.
It makes sense though, because the thing about the Steam Deck versus a Switch, is that ease of use, of course, and the fact that the Steam Deck was kind of more of a novelty than it was an actual console, a handheld console.
Yeah,
it's not like a DS or a Game Boy or even a PSP. Really, it was kind of designed for the tech nerd on the go, which is not the general public to begin with.
Sure.
And now you've priced out everyone.
I think it was always like a pricey thing for enthusiasts,
exactly,
as you were saying. Yeah. And that the thing is that you had some consumers that were like, well, maybe, but then once it gets out of your price range, you're like, well, no. I've got a fucking cell phone and a TV in my house.
It's
like,
a
I
novelty.
don't need that thing.
Yeah, it's like the DeLorean. Like, if somebody walked up to me and was like, I will give you a DeLorean for $3,000, I'd be like, done.
Yeah.
But if somebody's like, oh, by the way, you can buy a brand new one for $80,000, like, haha, no.
Yeah, the decline here. Oh, so now part of this is estimated from the fact that the Steam Deck is technically in the sales ranking data with games and stuff that Steam puts out. And it went from like number 5 to like number 11, and they were just basing that on the number of units that were sold. But the estimate here is that it went from around between 11,000 and 18,000 a week to 1,400 to 3,000 a week. So
yeah, and honestly, the reason Steam's not going like, oh my god, what do we do, is because Gabe Newell's too busy wiping his ass with money.
Well, none of this was their primary revenue source.
Exactly.
None of this. The 30% they take from every developer that sells something on Steam is their primary revenue source.
Exactly.
So
This has nothing to do with anything for them.
It would be nice to get more customers in that ecosystem, but if you can't, like, Steam is not suffering.
Yeah, if Steam was like, we're gonna stop making these after today, no one they would lose like nothing.
They also employ like 12 people or something. Like, they don't have this huge organization full of people.
Exactly.
I've had my eye on these. Like, speaking of this whole thing, I've had my eye on some of these. The guy that runs SK Hynix, which is one of the big 3 RAM manufacturers, is very vocal. Talks all the time about different stuff, and he just recently, in an interview, was talking about how the RAM industry, like the potential, the increase cannot continue, and his reasoning was really interesting, because what he said was the overall price increase cannot continue, because what will happen is, as it keeps going up, you're going to squeeze all the yous and all the me's out of the market, right?
Yeah.
It's just going to be for industry. And what that leaves is an entire unserved sector of the market where if anybody was to build another fab plant anywhere in the world and put chips on the market at a price that you or I could afford, they've got it. Like that market is now theirs.
Yeah.
And then if the AI market crashes and the AI people aren't buying the chips from them anymore, then fucking SK Hynix goes out of business and Jeff's Discount Memory Emporium becomes the fucking industry leader in providing chips to every single person on the entire planet at a reasonable goddamn price that isn't fueled by this AI nonsense. So, which is a very cynical solution to this problem.
But it is true, though.
It is true.
The thing about the thing I learned in simple economics in high school was that supply and demand was based on it's never an upending curve at all times.
Yes,
there's a point where the amount of money you can make the best goddamn hamburger in the world.
Yep.
And this is always the example. You can make the best damn whatever it is in the world.
Yep.
And you're like, I'm going to sell this for $500.
Yep.
But you got to convince somebody that you got to spend $500 on that thing.
There's a reason I don't own a Microsoft HoloLens, Michael.
No.
Because it costs $5,000.
Yeah.
And there's a reason I do own several VR headsets that cost between $200 and $400 a piece.
Exactly.
So.
There's a reason right now I'm wearing zany glasses that cost me $80 and not those fucking Ray-Ban Meta fucking recording glasses because I don't fucking want to spend that money on stupid shit.
Face? You don't want the internet in your face at all times?
My brothers have them, by the way, and it's weird.
That sounds horrible.
It's weird knowing they're just recording me by staring at me sometimes.
Yeah.
It's fucking creepy.
So yeah, that's I don't know. I mean, basically, like the answer to this problem is that they must start building new memory plants now.
Yes.
Right now. Like,
right meow.
Today.
Yeah.
like 2 days before you're hearing this. Like when we're recording this on Thursday, they need to start this Thursday, right now. If you're not doing it now, then you need to do it as soon as humanly possible because it's going to take 3 years. But the shit ain't going anywhere.
No.
And like, can you imagine? Like I was thinking this today when I read this article. It's like, can you imagine if God, I don't like to do this, but can you imagine if Trump hadn't fucked with that CHIPS Act thing that Biden passed?
That fucking CHIPS thing.
We were actually building a semiconductor fab plant somewhere in the United States of America. Can you imagine if the United States of America was the new memory manufacturer for the entire world?
It'd be hilarious.
All the fucking sticks are like red, white, and blue with a fucking eagle on them. When you put them in, they go, Grah! Like they go all America on everyone's asses.
It'd be hilarious.
Every fucking piece of technology is powered by American memory because we manufacture that shit super goddamn cheap and then just ship it out to the entire world. My God, it's a no-brainer. I can think of this shit. You don't have to be a fucking businessman.
No.
If I can think of it, you can think of it.
Which is hilarious that they still won't think of it.
Microsoft, spend your money, make your own chips for God's sake.
It's all stupid. It's all stupid from
Anyway.
up, down, and left and right.
We also had, do you know Evercade?
Yeah, I've heard of them. I think I have one of their machines.
So
little things.
Evercade has a few different devices. They've got a TV one, a handheld one, and a few different handheld ones.
I have the little TV thing. I forgot what it's called, but I bought it for the Duke Nukem collections they came out with.
Yeah, and so the thing with Evercade is you can buy games on a cart.
Yes.
So there's physical games on a cart. You get a little box. It's got the cover art and everything on it. They're like $30 for collections of different types of games.
Yeah.
So they said that they have purchased as much material as a company can afford to without going out of business.
Oh, okay.
Because like they're looking to the future and they make their money on cheap handhelds and also like selling you a cart full of something. So if the price of the cart goes up by 12 times, then the $30 Duke Nukem collection becomes, like $150.
Something insane.
And I'm not going to buy that. And I'm not going to buy the thing that plays that either because no, thank you.
No, thank you. I bought it just because for some reason they got these some very interesting games for this thing. But if those things all of a sudden became impossible, they're completely fucked.
Yep.
They're not even well known.
No,
this is the thing.
I think they're more of a UK place than anything else.
As far as I've heard,
yeah.
I had to go out of my way to find one.
Yeah,
type of thing.
They said they purchased all of the hardware that they're going to use in 2027 for the cartridge chips.
Man, Ramageddon's fucked everybody.
It really has. But hey, you know what? At least we got weird AI bullshit from it. We're not going to spend too much time on this, but you remember how last year everybody was concerned about DLSS 5 and Grace's weird face? I think it's SIGGRAPH that's going on right now. Anyway, well, there's one of these things that's going on. Yeah, SIGGRAPH is going on right now, and they came out. NVIDIA came out and they showed off like kind of the more granular details of how DLSS 5 can work.
Oh yeah.
So there are two like sliders. You get two sliders, Michael, not just one. You get two sliders.
So which one is Jerry O'Connell, though?
So one of the sliders controls basically like how much, there's like a high and a low, and one of them is like how much AI overlay, and the other one is kind of like how much of the specific like lighting works. I don't know the specific stuff. It's called structure intensity and tone intensity. They also showed off that you can apply it to different things.
Interesting.
So you can say like, okay, I want this shit to happen 20% on the guy's face or on like the bacon. I want it to be on all the stuff in the room, but not on any of the people's faces.
Yeah. Interesting.
Which is interesting. The thing that I found the most interesting, though, is that they did have parts where they were showing off human models. What they did not do is show off human models from any games that we already own and play. They were using Unreal Engine 5, real people.
Yeah, they're just fucking around with things that like they don't have to worry about somebody being pissed off at them again.
Right. Where I can't put the face next to the face the way it normally looks and go, ah!
Yeah. And the fact that they didn't ask the Capcom devs that last time is a good reason why you shouldn't do that again.
So what's interesting about this, though, is that, like, I mean, if I'm going to have to squeeze as much power as is humanly possible out of the existing hardware that I've got, having, like, 20%, like what the thing is that I'm a little mad that they didn't do what they did last year, because I like to see what this slider looks like on Grace at like 20%.
Yeah.
Like not 100% where she looks like a fucking sex pot, but like 20%. Like just give me a little bit. Like quit putting the knob all the way up, motherfuckers. Like turn it up a little bit at a time.
Yeah, like the main issue we had wasn't the fact that it was using AI to up-res a Grace's face. What we were mad about was that it looked stupid.
It looks completely different. Yeah,
like because have been very big advocates for the really cool AI upres of something that's like, because you remember years ago we saw it was Death Stranding 1. It was natively doing like I think 420 or something.
Yeah, it was like 480p.
420, but I said 420 on accident. 480, and then it was upres to like 1080 using an AI like upsampler, and it looked fantastic.
Yep,
it looked wonderful. Like that's what we want. We don't want our fucking characters to turn into other characters instead.
I mean, the thing is that the PS5 Pro, I own it for the pisser.
Yes.
And if I didn't own the PS5 Pro, I'd own the regular PS5, which is using Unreal. And so is the Series X. And so is the Nintendo Switch 2.
Yeah.
And so is my NVIDIA graphics card. Like, you don't get away from this. Like, nobody renders by default anymore.
No.
And it's just a question of, like, do I notice it? Does it get all up in my face? And when they fucking put out that DLSS 5, oh, we noticed. Everyone was like, oh no.
Yeah, because there's one thing.
The Polar Express, motherfuckers.
Exactly. It's one thing to notice when you're like, hey, this environment looks really nice. But it's another thing to be like, who the fuck is that?
Right.
Type of thing. It's like, who is that?
Yeah.
This is their stunt doubles. What's going on?
Yep. Okay. I have a story. This is more of the transition here is like, speaking of things that make people really upset, I have a story. This is a fucking wild one. All right. So LG has been like my LG TV. Oh, let me start this by saying I will never buy another fucking LG product again in my life. My LG TV now brings up this thing when I turn on that's like, hey, do you want to get something to eat? Local restaurants in your area. And I cannot turn it off. I have tried a number of times to turn it off.
You Googled it too and stuff?
I can't turn it off.
That's wild.
LG selling a monitor. And what would happen is you plug this monitor into your computer. Your monitor would be recognized by Windows. Windows would say, okay, I need to download this software package. It's part of the driver install. It would download that software package. That software package had a free trial of McAfee antivirus that would then come up and ask you to register McAfee antivirus while it was running on your system.
What the fuck?
And people were like, like the worst one?
Yeah.
Like
what?
the worst one?
The fuck are you guys doing?
So people freaked out. Microsoft went in. So to Microsoft's credit, Microsoft doesn't look at what's in these things. It just fucking certifies them and puts them on the driver website. LG came out and they gave like it was the most You know, it was one of these like, well, we're looking into it and we understand that people have been dissatisfied. There's also some kind of agreement in their terms that says that like you're okay with being recorded.
Oh my God.
Like, I don't know. I don't know what that's about. Let's see. Here's the LG Electronics reiterates that McAfee is not installed automatically and is never installed without the user's explicit consent. The LG Monitor app installer is distributed through Microsoft's official Windows distribution process, which included McAfee as an option. McAfee will be installed only if a user actively chooses to proceed with the installation and provides consent. And like, I can't help but notice that you don't feel bad about this.
No.
That you're like,
not.
It didn't put it on there unless you hit next on the installer, and it's like, I didn't want the fucking installer.
Yeah, I didn't ever ask for any of this, man. I didn't want this goddamn U2 album on my phone.
Yep.
Type of thing. This is just that again.
Yep. Yeah. So, also, if anybody knows how to turn off that bullshit on an old LG TV, let me know. All I know is that, like, I'm not buying any of this shit ever again. Like, this is bullshit. Like,
LG has shown that they're insane people.
I didn't buy a Samsung TV because my last Samsung TV only lasted for like 2 years and then it pooped out on me, and I couldn't find out. It was a perfectly good TV that had one bulb out, and I couldn't find anyone to like service it. I'm like, I don't want to throw this away. It's a functional fucking television. It works fine. Can you just fix it? And they were like, no, throw it away and buy another one. I'm like, okay, but yeah, that's wild.
That's electronics for you, man. They're getting weirder and weirder.
Yeah, but it's not like it never used to be.
That's the thing. I would love to say it's always been like this, but that's not true at all.
Like, you remember when Microsoft put the Kinect on the Xbox and we were all like, it's gonna watch you fuck. Like, oh my God. And like, you know, people made fun of them when they were like, Xbox, order me Domino's, I'm hungry. And they were like, okay, I'll do that for you. And everybody's like, I will never fucking use that my entire life.
No.
I know people, my webcam comes with a thing to put over the webcam when I'm not using it.
Mine does too.
Just because we're all putting a piece of tape or something over there. And companies were like, well, I guess they want this.
They don't trust it, yeah. And I don't trust it.
I have purchased multiple Alexas. You will notice that none of them are plugged into my fucking house because I do not want that bitch listening to me do anything.
Why do you have so many Alexas then?
I bought one, and then the next year that Skyrim came out, and I couldn't find it, and I had to buy another one. I think I buy them. Well, they're really cheap.
You're like, Alexa, buy me an Alexa.
I bought one, and then I used it, and I was like, I don't want this fucking thing in my house. I'm like, does anybody want this? And somebody was like, I'll take it. And I was like, great, get it out of my house. Like, I don't want Siri, I don't want Alexa, I don't want fucking Cortana. I don't want anybody listening to me. I'll tell you when to listen to me, motherfuckers.
I have a couple of Googles.
I don't want to use the voice search feature on my Roku remote. But you have to hold down a button to use.
The thing I hate is my television now has Google on it. Okay, Google on it. And now I'm like, stop it. My girlfriend keeps turning it back on, and I keep turning it back off.
There's a button on I got a new TV, and there's a button on the remote that is the hold down the microphone button. And whenever I hit, I'm like, fuck's sake, fucking no. Just, can I take this off? I want to like yank it off the remote. Just be like, no.
It's not a fun time.
No. Okay. Let's go back to Sony. We got the discs. We got the whole disc thing. I have a graph, Michael.
I heard about this.
I have a graph for you. Well, first off, let's say we got some more numbers. This is from Circana. We don't have like the specifics in a bunch of numbers, but only 7 PlayStation games this year have sold more than 100,000 physical copies. Now, that's very vague. We don't know which ones because Circana can't. They get the sales data, but they're not allowed to just tell you what all they get. They can only they can tell you this kind of obliquely. They can reference how many things of a thing, but and then only 2 PlayStation games sold more than 10,000 physical copies in the U.S. during the week ending July 11th. So like last week or the week before last. So that tells you that those seem like relatively high numbers, but I don't think they are. We consider think of the games that sell like millions and millions of copies, right?
Well, part of it, the thing of when I hear that sort of statistic, We also there's a thing I've noticed is that there's less and less physical copies made every day.
Yeah.
Because I remember I used to be able to just go into a GameStop or Best Buy or any of these places and be like, give me a physical copy of this game I'm looking for. But lately, it's actually been harder and harder to find them. Than they used to be. Like when Pocopia came out, there were like no physical copies of Pocopia to save your life. For like months. Type of thing.
But then we also got this graph. U.S. new physical video game consumer spending year over year. You can see this graph. It goes way down.
It goes very far down.
It's the height was 2009, where you had $11.5 billion. That's billion.
B with the billions.
$11.5 billion. We're down now to $1.6 billion. I got to keep reiterating. I don't think that anybody's arguing with me in the comments. So I don't think it's really a big deal, but I want to keep reiterating. Sony will make like they make 30% of the profit off of a physical sale from a third-party company.
Yes.
If they buy it over the store, they make like 70% of that, or they make quite a bit more.
They make a lot more, they also don't have to spend anything to make those discs.
Yes.
So anytime somebody buys Digital Dave the Diver, they make much more than if they buy the complete edition they're coming out with currently.
Yes.
And that isn't even out yet.
Also, I mean, this should have been obvious, but I just wanted to say it out loud. Sometimes, obvious things don't get said out loud. You don't have to pay for any optical drives for PS6s. Like that cost of like, it's actually possible that might end up making the next PlayStation cheaper, because you don't have to pay for that hardware.
Yeah.
I mean, probably not. They'll probably just take the savings and then, keep it the same / make it really expensive, and we have to eat the cost. But
it's just what the PS5 Pro is. It's like they made it and they're like, well, I guess it's technically cheaper because you have to buy the optical disc drive separately.
Yeah.
It's like just the equivalent of never having to buy that specific thing.
Yeah. So, yep.
And the problem is the data keeps showing this was going to happen eventually.
Yeah.
And which sucks.
Indeed. Let's see. The director of Marathon is leaving Bungie.
Did you want to go join a marathon, or what happened there?
This is Joe Ziegler said that they're leaving and handing the reins over to Del Chaffee III, a 15-year veteran for the studio. So,
okay.
I mean, I honestly, given what's been happening with Marathon recently, I mean, this came like right after the story that Marathon's like concurrent player count was like the lowest it's ever been.
It's not doing great.
Like a week ago.
We just came out with the other Marathon video not that long ago.
Yeah.
And I made the same joke I always make, where there's dozens of them.
Yep. They were down to, like, it's going down from like thousands to hundreds. It's getting down into the hundreds, which is like, that's unsustainable.
No.
That's fully unsustainable.
And the community is making it worse every time. And I don't mean that as in like them like, going up to Bungie saying, fuck you.
Yeah.
No, they're going up to new players and doing fuck you. And they're gatekeeping a dying community,
sort of,
and it's very annoying because people want to join this thing, and they're just going, "Well, get good, noob," and then they're like, "Well, I don't want to deal with this," and so they leave.
And all that doom and gloom was turned down a little bit, or was turned around a little bit, because when they put out the Vault Breaker mode that we played, it tripled the number of concurrent players. So we're back up into like medium territory or medium low territory. Actually, I didn't know this, Michael. This flew over my head. Vault Breaker goes away on August 4th. Vault Breaker is a test. This fall, they are supposed to be adding full PvE for all maps.
Oh.
And Vault Breaker is a test to figure out how the mechanics of that's going to work.
Okay.
Which I wanted to say out loud, because it's like, okay, I guess it does make sense that you put the sweatiest fucking mode in there to see, like, how does the end game work?
Yeah.
And then we could just make it easier going backwards from there. The idea of being able to start at the earlier maps and then like upgrade that kit as you go along, so by the time you get to Vault Breaker, you're already upgraded.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
That explains everything.
That makes sense.
It means that you guys can stop commenting on our video about it, probably, if you're talking about it now.
I don't think people were that angry about it or anything like
I mean, like, whenever they find it later on. We now know.
Yeah.
And knowing is half the battle.
By the way, I got all the way to one of the vaults.
Oh, you did?
I've been playing that mode obsessively. I upgraded my backpack, which was the thing I needed to do. I got all the way to one of the vaults. It was the saddest thing in the world because I got to the vault, and here's all this fucking data that I could take with me and do upgrades with out of the game. And I was 2 security segments short of being able to exfiltrate.
Oh.
And so I went looking for security segments, and I was in the main area, which is the hardest area I could control. I couldn't find any. I was like trying as hard as I can. I got invisible fucking predators all up my ass. I'm like fucking self-reviving. I was that close. I got a whole fucking inventory just full of loot. I don't know if you know this, but when the countdown goes all the way to the end, if you haven't exfiltrated, you have 1 minute to get to a randomly generated exfiltration point.
Yeah.
And it spawned, and I went, and I walked in the room, and I got killed. No, I got killed like outside of that room, but I had enough time to drag my corpse to the exfiltration. And if your corpse is in the exfiltration, when it happens, regardless of whether you're alive or dead, you get to exfiltrate. And I dragged myself onto the exfiltration 2 seconds after it fucking stopped.
Oh my God.
And I lost everything. Instead of getting like 60 data, I got like 5. So I was like,
well, you're getting better. But
I'm closer.
If anything, that just means that whenever they finally do come out with the full thing,
I'm going to be the best one.
That you're going to have a good time with.
Be the best fucking
And if
one.
honestly, that actually, I think it might help Marathon in the long run.
Yeah. We got a marathon. Speaking of marathon, we got a lightning round this marathon. We got to break some vaults. Hey, that crazy ass motherfucker from GameStop, Ryan Cohen, has purchased 10% of eBay.
How many bids did he place?
It's about $5 billion. Oh
my God.
They asked him about like, okay, so what is your plan to get controlling interest, because that was all of your capital?
That's a lot, yeah.
And then he got real snarky about it. He was like, why do you guys always ask me this? And then he was like, why would I tell you my plan out loud? Other people are looking to sabotage me. If I say my plan now, people might thwart it in the future. I'm just going to tell you what the plan is. And it's like, this is not a James Bond movie. This is financial movings, and like, you have no more financial. You've used up all the financial. There is no more financial for you.
For 10% of eBay.
So
I love watching this man.
Yep.
Because it's like, it's a good way of putting it. It's like watching a character from Code Monkeys in real life.
And then I found this other quote at the end of this article where Ryan Cohen was asked about Sony stopping physical disc production, and his response was, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. Software. It mattered in the past. Software today makes up less than 12% of the business, and collectibles make up over half the business. So it's totally irrelevant.
What a crazy person.
50% of GameStop sales are Funko Pops. If you work at GameStop, you should fucking find another job immediately.
Oh, immediately.
Please do not stay.
Although, in my opinion, that's the same if this had before this happened, because GameStop is a dumpster fire. Every ex-GameStop employee I've ever talked to has had a bad time.
Very true. Very true. Hey, you remember that Microsoft lawsuit where people were suing? Nintendo lawsuit. People were suing Nintendo to get the tariff money back.
Oh yeah, the tariff thing.
Yeah, because Nintendo had tariffs, and then they raised the price on things, and then the Supreme Court said the tariffs are no good and you've got to give the money back, and so Nintendo's going to get the money back, and then people are like, well, I should get some of that money back because technically you're getting paid twice because you charged me for the tariffs, but then you also got the tariffs back from the government that took the tariffs. Microsoft is currently in court saying, nah, bro. And I don't know, like, what they're saying is basically, look, we ate some of the tariffs and we put the product on sale at the price, and you bought it at that price, and we are not obligated to cut you a check for what you paid in United States tariffs. That's not how this works.
Well, yeah, they also were very much like, hey, we didn't increase the price right away anyways.
Yeah,
we undersold that thing to begin with.
Yeah,
so no, bro, like you read what that price was, you bought that price, no takebacks is basically what they're saying.
Yeah, so we'll see. it was always a Hail Mary. I mean, the logic of it is somewhat sound, but on the other hand,
Also, this is just their argument, by the way. The case isn't done yet.
yeah, they're trying to get the case thrown out before it goes to court. Who knows whether it will continue or not.
For all we know, they're going to be like, look, you signed up for Disney Plus. We're allowed to kill your wife. Okay. So,
speaking of killing stuff, Hasbro got into the games business several years ago with the huge success of Baldur's Gate 3. They were like, ooh, video games make money. And then they proceeded to not make any video games.
No, they kind of just ran off of Monopoly money.
Yep. They recorded a $56 million, or they have, recorded a $56 million impairment charge against their video game division. That is where you devalue something by $56 million. They have canceled several projects, and basically they're trying to get out of that sector because they realize that they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No, they didn't. It was pretty obvious they didn't know what they're doing because they canceled a bunch of shit way longer time. Remember when they announced that Transformers game and people were really excited?
There was
and
a G.I. Joe game.
Nope. Yeah, the same with the G.I. Joe thing.
Yep. There's several unannounced projects that are being done. Also, it should be noted that the guy that runs Hasbro is called Chris Cox.
I keep forgetting that.
But his last name is Cocks.
Yes.
So he's Mr. Cox.
Which is hilarious to me every fucking time.
However, it should be noted that this will not be affecting Exodus, which apparently is their game. That
I forgot about
Matthew
that.
McConaughey thing.
Oh, is that them? I didn't even realize that.
Yep.
I think it's also probably not going to affect their Monopoly mobile game because that's Monopoly You Go or whatever it is. Yeah. That's doing really well for them, apparently.
Yes. No, sorry, they're not completely shutting down their division. They're just focusing on those things instead of anything else.
That makes sense, yeah.
This is a weird story. I don't know if you saw this.
No, I don't think I did.
Cliffy B came out with a really interesting story where he talked about his time at Boss Key and how he's been really defensive in the past about Boss Key and how it failed.
Yeah. Because he's just like, you all just didn't understand is basically what he kept doing.
He's now, apparently Cliffy B had a seizure in March that prompted him to go into rehab because his seizure was alcohol induced.
Oh.
And he has now come out and explained that he has been fucking like hitting the booze for years. Like apparently when they opened up Boss Key, he like leased something that was near a bar and then would like ride share to work every day and get hammered at every night and then fucking go back home.
That explains a lot, actually.
He also said that he was completely under the impression that the people that liked his games were fans of him and would follow him.
He thought he was a Hideo Kojima.
His next project, yes. In fact, he said he tried to get what's his name, the other guy from Gears.
I forgot his name. I know who you're talking about, but I don't remember his name. It's like Arjun or something.
Anyway, he tried to get him to come with him, and he was like, "No, man."
He's like, "No, bro."
Rod Ferguson.
Oh, Rod Ferguson. Okay.
So, and it's kind of tragic because
I was way off.
He left and he made Lawbreakers and then Overwatch ate Lawbreakers lunch, and he was like, well, it'll be fine. Lawbreakers is a cartoon. We're like hardcore real shit, and people are fans of me, they will come. And then they were like, no, they didn't come. He's like, okay, well, let's move to our backup. Battle Royale, make Radical Heights. And then the company that he made famous, Epic Games, that made all the Gears of War games, put out Fortnite Battle Royale and killed that as well.
Every time he tried something new, it was like it failed miserably.
However, there's an interesting coda to this.
What's that?
Apparently, after he was gone, Cliff Bleszinski is a big fan of musicals. And a friend of his called him up and he was like, hey, I saw this musical that this friend of mine is working on. They're looking for investors. Do you want to get in on this? He's like, well, let me go look at it. We'll see. And so he went and he looked at it. And he was like, yeah, sure. Like, I would just, not production. I'm not part of anything. I'm just going to put some money into this. That was Hadestown.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Cliff Bleszinski was technically on the list of people that were like, that won like 14 Tony Awards.
That's incredible.
For Hadestown. So apparently Cliff Bleszinski is doing better now. He's kind of out of the industry. He's doing rehab. He's fucking coming to grips with this stuff. And I'm like, good for you, Cliff.
Yeah.
Good for you.
If anything, he should curve into that. Like, start, looking into more play stuff.
Yeah.
I feel bad for the guy because he was constantly on Twitter going, it's not my fault.
Right.
Just constantly. And I was just like, dude, you need to chill.
Yep.
But now and knowing he was drunk the entire time explains everything.
Makes a lot more sense.
Holy shit.
Yep.
Speaking of egos.
Splitgate, 1047 games. Actually, this is a really an easy parallel because 1047 games, which is they made Splitgate. They made Splitgate 2. The fucking guy came out with the fucking Make FPS Great Again hat on, and everybody didn't like that. They put out Splitgate 2. It was kind of Splitgate 1, but just a little bit better, and nobody cared. They retooled that into Splitgate Classic. That did not do anything. Their player numbers went way down. And then I don't know if you know this, but like 2 weeks ago, they put out that Impulse game.
Was that them?
Titanfall, basically.
I didn't even know
they
that.
tried to do a Titanfall, and that didn't really work all that much. So now they are doing another big. They did layoffs before, but they are doing even more layoffs.
God, this is not looking good for them because fucking Splitgate was only cool because it was literally Halo with portals.
Yep.
And I do mean literally because we did the very first. I think it's a Patreon video of the first Splitgate years and years ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is just Halo battle, but with battle rifles and everything. It's like they literally lifted Halo 4 and 5 assets and added portals to them.
It seems like
it was weird.
Some of their QA is leaving, and maybe some other folks as well. But unfortunately, that's not the only one here because ZAUM is laying off people after Zero Parades for Dead Spies didn't make the splash they were hoping for, which is a weird one because, well, the thing is, one, it's only out on PC. Two, you didn't know it was out. I knew it was out because I follow this shit religiously. Like Tessa and I did 2 videos on it. It seemed like a great game. All of the critical acclaim seems like a good game. Like you fired off all those people, or all those people from Disco Elysium left, and you still managed to put out what was ostensibly a good game that was good in a different way than Disco Elysium, but still very much worth playing.
Yeah.
Almost zero advertisement. Like
no one knows.
No one knows that this is out. So 32 of their colleagues are being reduced out of ZAUM, which is such an own goal considering it's like a Beyond Good and Evil critically acclaimed didn't sell worth a shit. So
I just didn't tell anyone. That's really the issue. And you said it's only on PC right now.
Yep. Michael, here's a heartbreaking one. Chrysal, the studio that made Chrysal, one of your favorite games from this year, Vermila. This is a tragic one. They basically fired everybody but the owner.
That's awful.
To one of the points where it's like they've dissolved the entire studio. This is one of those things where he's going to go try to get funding for another project, and then so it's just him and the name of the studio. We've seen this happen before, right?
Yeah, but that sucks because I really liked Chrysal a lot. Yeah, and I was like, if these guys get another game, I think they'll do really well. No, that sucks. Buy Chrysal, guys. It's very good.
The studio that made Recreation, which was a bunch of ex-Burnout folks.
Oh, okay.
And it was kind of Burnout like Paradise, but in a big rural area with a lot of like user-generated assets.
Oh, okay.
So they made all this. They put it out. It was under THQ Nordic and Embracer Group. They fucking axed them in the middle of all of their bullshit. They reformed into a new studio, and they're making a sequel to that called Recreation 2 that is in a city. So it's like Burnout Paradise. Actually, Burnout Paradise, but with a big focus on user-generated content that you can add in and mod the game with, which sounds like it could be a good idea.
That could be fun. Yeah,
it's a good and I've seen some screenshots that look, it's easy to make a nice looking car game, or not easy, but like this looks like a nice looking car game.
Well, yeah, and I'm always glad when ex-Burnout people are making more car related things. Like between this and Star Wars Racer or whatever, Galactic Racer, I'm excited to see what they all come up with.
Yep. Did you know that there's going to be League of Legends Classic?
That sounds gross.
Much like World of Warcraft Classic, they're going to relaunch the game with like all the rules and tuning from when it originally came out with the original 60 heroes.
Oh, I see.
As a way for people to get their nostalgia on, because that's the thing that people want to do apparently.
I just forget how old League of Legends is.
Yeah, they were doing a beta for it, and so here's the thing: they were doing a beta for it. And people are playing the beta, and they realize that all of the champions have their new outfits on, and you can buy their original outfits for $5 a piece.
Oh, fuck you guys.
And fortunately, Riot Games they got read the Riot Act, and they have reversed course on that, and it's going to launch with all the original costumes. Which I mean, of course it should.
Yeah, what is the point of classic if you're not classic? What are you talking about?
I don't know.
That's like making Halo the remake, but it's only like wearing fucking the newest armors in the entire series. It's like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, it's a silly thing.
It's just a silly place. League of Legends.
You remember that weird Arthurian Dark Souls kind of Black Myth Wukong game that they announced at a PlayStation showcase? It was called
it's like
Tides of Annihilation.
Yeah,
really,
it's like a round table thing.
Super fucking generic. Looks cool, but super fucking generic name. Jennifer English was going to be the voice of the main character, and apparently she has bowed out due to just general medical issues.
I hate when that happens for voice actors, because voice actors, their voice is literally everything. So whenever they have health issues and that's issues with their voices, it's kind of devastating.
She put out a statement that made it sound like it was also just like, it wasn't actually like a specific, it was like overwork. Like it was a mental thing of just like, I can't fucking do this.
At least that's an easier thing to deal with.
Yeah.
Because,
and apparently she's still going to be on board to help whoever the new voice actress is, redo the lines and help her with the character stuff. So
there's also plenty of time probably still for it to do it.
Also, Ryan Hurst is no longer going to be Kratos in the Amazon God of War show.
This one really sucks because this guy put on so much fucking muscle to do this, and then he tears his bicep, probably because of the short amount of time he did all this, and then they're just like, well, we can't wait now. The kid, like, from one of the rumors is because the kid's already growing up already, because it's like, because you see this happens all the time where like you hire somebody. The Stranger Things is a great example of it.
Right.
Stranger Things season 1, you got like these little babies, and by the time it's done, they're all fucking like 25, and you're just like, they're still high schoolers. They're like, fuck you, type of thing. And so it's like, and so apparently he was already aging out even as they were filming. So the rumors that they're like, well, we're just gonna redo it anyways because the kid's now fucking aged immensely in the first 4 episodes we've already recorded. 100%. So
So it's unfortunate, but I don't know. Maybe everybody seemed like everybody had that big problem when they put out that screenshot and was like, "Oh, it looks like crap." And I'm like, "Well, I mean, yeah." Like, I don't know.
I've always said this about this show is that you can't. The reason it's weird is because Kratos is already photorealistic.
Yeah.
Anyone else is going to look like a cosplayer, no matter what. No matter how good it is, they're going to look like a cosplayer.
It's going to look weird. And then last but not least, let's wrap it up with this one. Do you know about Count Binface?
No.
Okay, so in the UK, anybody can run for Parliament, and you can run in local elections versus people. There is a guy, he is a comedy candidate called Count Binface that's basically got like a Darth Vader costume with a giant trash can head.
Oh my God.
He is running against Nigel Farage in his thing, and he is a gag candidate. Now, as we've seen, that doesn't mean he can't win. But
no, this is the thing. Yeah, there's been quite a few gag candidates over the years.
Like, so here's the thing. Here are some of his policy initiatives. He'd like to ban loud snacks from movie theaters. He'd like to put a price cap of £1 on croissants. He wants to nationalize Adele, and he wants to move the hand dryer and the Crown and Treaty to a more sensible position. So this is what's going on. Recently, he put out a video where he basically said, Sega, you need to release Shenmue 4 or else the UK might have to nationalize Sega and force you to put out Shenmue 4. The people demand this. We've all waited too long for Shenmue 4, so you better do it in case I'm elected.
I'm worried to ask, what does he mean by nationalize?
He means take a private corporation and make it a government-run entity.
That's kind of insane, but I love it.
Yeah. I don't know what he means by nationalize Adele.
I was curious about that. That's why I was like, what does that mean?
That's a gag, obviously, right?
Well, it has to be, but also what?
Yeah. He also said that he would like to bring Sega World back and put it in London's Trocadero with Sonic the Hedgehog and all the rest of the stuff. So,
you know what? He's got my vote. I know, which I know he cannot get, but so, yeah.
I don't know. It's very possible that with stuff like this, you could just be a goofball on the internet and then people are like, at least it's interesting. At least it's fun. It's not just the regular bullshit.
I feel like that's how the Jesse Ventura one.
I feel like, though, they said that I read it was like a headline where they said he's not allowed to wear the trash can head if he gets elected. He has to take off the trash. You can't go to Parliament with the trash can head. And when I say trash can head, it's like giant.
No,
it's like a big trash can.
It is a big bin with a face attached to it.
Yeah.
If anything, I think he should be able to make a clear version that he should be able to wear.
Yeah.
Because that's fascinating.
Yep. So, yeah, we'll wrap up with that. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we have trailers left to go. So stick around, and we'll see you in just a minute. Back, and that means it's time for trailers. But we're starting off with a little bit of controversy in our first trailer.
Yeah, I heard about this. Hilariously,
we got the story trailer for Marvel's Wolverine.
I watched this trailer too, actually.
Did you? What'd you think?
I don't know how to feel about it because of the fact that it's like fusing a Logan Jean thing with it, because it's like the classic Wolverine, you don't know your past thing,
right?
But also it's like, but also you used to fuck Jean Grey, and it's like, well, that's weird.
I thought it was interesting because I saw a lot more different stuff. Like in the last one, it was like, you're fighting the Reavers, you're fighting the Hand, you're fighting the fucking these guys, and here I felt like I saw a lot more kind of different stuff. There was like some magic stuff, and
everything we've been showing feels like they're supposed to be like beginning a game shit. Is what it feels like, and now this trailer really shows later game things instead.
Yeah, the stuff with Sabretooth and stuff. But the big thing here is that we got a real good look at Wolverine's face, because apparently this game is going to do the thing that all the Marvel comics do, where he's going to fucking have his cowl off the entire fucking time, or a lot of the time.
A lot of people forget that Wolverine stories don't actually involve him wearing his outfit that often.
Yeah.
Like, his outfit is more of an X-Men related thing. And he is very much looking like what I want Wolverine to look like, in my opinion.
So I think some people are upset with the way that the face looks a lot more like the voice actor and is like less exaggerated. Like it's some people I feel like are thinking that it needs to be a little bit more feral, a little bit more exaggerated, a little bit sharper than it is, and that his face looks kind of generic.
I think people want to. It's just because people want him either uglied up or they think they want Hugh Jackman's face.
One of the things that I liked online, or one of the things I thought was interesting, was somebody just darkened his eyebrows, and I think that like this is just a still frame, so like, but it does make it look a little bit different. I kind of wish his hair was just a little bit darker. And I don't know how I feel about this swoopiness on the front of his hair, but I don't. I mean, I'm gonna play the game because it's full of Wolverine, and
that's the thing,
like
is
the game. So
like, these are all stills of his face.
Yeah,
like, is the thing. It's like, and anytime I watch the trailer, I don't have any of those issues.
Yeah,
like the eyebrow thing doesn't feel like it's that much of an issue because he's moving around a lot.
Yeah,
and he's covered in blood 90% of the time too. Yeah. So, and I just thought Wolverine should look like whatever they decide he should look like.
Sure.
I don't need him to be the ugliest guy alive, but I also don't need him to be Hugh Jackman either. Like, I think this is a good middle ground, in my opinion. Who knows? They might change him afterwards, like they did fucking Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, because they totally. Yeah, I was hoping he was gonna look like Henry Cavill.
Did you hear they're making a Henry Cavill figure?
Oh, Wolverine figure?
The Calverine figure?
Oh, no.
Yeah, I think like 2 weeks ago they announced the Calverine figure.
Okay.
And it's called the Calverine, is literally the name of it on the box.
All right. Yeah, I don't know. It's fine. I mean, it's fine. And I'm still very interested in this game. I'm glad that they're up to the Media Blitz part, because
because it's very soon too.
Yeah,
it's September,
end of next month, maybe.
It's middle September. I think,
September,
if I recall. But I'm just happy that we finally get more than just the 2 Reaver sequences that we've been seeing over and over again.
Yes,
and like being able to see characters that we knew were going to be in there but not like shown.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely,
is one of my favorite things. And there's like a lot of outfits that we are seeing him wear.
Yeah. Like
Patch and like what seems to just be almost like a SWAT outfit type thing.
Yeah.
So
that looks good.
I'm very excited.
Yep. We also got another superhero news. We got the opening movie for Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. I made Michael watch this right before we started recording. This is the most goddamn anime thing that I've ever seen in my entire life, including some anime games that I've played.
Yeah, I would watch this anime like right now.
Yeah,
it's like I was watching this going. So when does the season come out?
It made me realize how formulaic anime intros are, because I was like, oh shit, this is the thing. They show like a few little story beats, but at the end they literally have the sequence where they're going through all of the different characters doing like 1 second of posing for the camera.
Yeah, I was thinking of how many animes this is aping off of, and the big like sequence where it cuts to everybody and they all do like a fighting sequence.
Yeah,
like I thought of JoJo Part 3's intro where that happens, like immediately.
Yep.
And so Dragon Ball Super did something like that too.
Yep.
It's like, god damn, so many people have done, and like in the methodical, like almost like dreading intro thing too, when they look up in the sky shadow. It's all fucking just like
whole thing,
a bunch of different animes, and I kind of love it.
Yep, it's great. I mean, Tokon has its own identity.
Yeah,
like, so
the song is also really fun.
Yeah,
actually, I really like the song. It's just this game is Japanese as fuck, and it wants you to know it, and I'm happy about that.
It really is. You said the beta is, well, probably by this point the people here, this is probably over. But.
Yeah, and the beta almost got fucked over because the PlayStation Network was down.
Oh
for
yeah,
like a little bit.
I didn't have that on the list because it only happened today. So.
Yeah, and there's a couple things that apparently I'm going to mention this because I know you don't have it, but it's just that you can get the Wolverine outfit from the Wolverine game in this.
Oh right,
and the outfit from this into the Wolverine game somehow.
I should fucking hope so.
I don't know how, but I just know that's a possibility.
Sorry, I don't mean to just keep talking about Marathon, but I realized that the Marathon had the thing like in Saros, where it had little weapon charms that were like Troy Baker's guitar and a Helldiver skull.
Yeah.
And I had redeemed them. I was like, God damn it.
I thought you did.
I hate the ones that I have. I wish I'd had these to be like, ooh, cool.
No, I mentioned it and you were like, I'm never going to get back to this.
Yeah. So yeah, Marvel fans are eating well. DC fans choke on a dick. Here's a mobile game.
So mad when this was announced.
Here's not Injustice 3. Here's a game that looks like trash.
I was pissed.
I mean, Warner Brothers doesn't know what to do with anything, so it doesn't surprise me that they decided to make a fighting game, a DC fighting game with a shit ton of characters that are all mobile only.
What frustrates me about this is that DCKO is the perfect setup for a fighting game I've ever seen DC ever do.
Yeah.
Like in an actual continuity.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't have douchebag Superman. It doesn't have douchebag damn near anybody.
Yep.
And it has all these cool things. It even has an excuse to add the absolute universe characters as playable characters.
Oh yeah?
Like there's so many things you could have done with this thing. It was literally it's like an anime tournament arc in comic books.
Yeah.
That you could have made an awesome fighting game about.
Yep.
And somebody went, great, put it on a phone.
Put it on a phone.
And I was like, fuck you. Yep. Superman doesn't even have his normal outfit in this trailer, by the way. He's wearing his Rebirth one that didn't last very long even in the comics.
Sure.
I don't know what DC's problem is with his trunks, but they just refuse to put him in games lately.
Oh yeah.
Same with Batman. Even Batman doesn't have his trunks on.
Yeah, he's got.
thing.
I don't like it when the Bat logo on his chest has the yellow outline around
That's
it.
the thing.
I don't
Both
like
of these
that.
outfits haven't been used in like 6 years.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how I felt about playing a fighting game where Superman fights John Constantine. Superman would kill John Constantine in 0.1 seconds.
The whole thing is just like it bothers me because it's like you guys had the perfect thing. And you came out with this. What's wrong with you?
It doesn't even look like it. Doesn't. It looks okay. Like it's not even the most horrible looking thing. It's got nothing on Tokon. It suffers greatly from watching this footage right after watching the Tokon intro because Tokon is just dripping with style, and this is very like, oh, is this what the people left from the Multiverses team were up to, or something along those lines?
Yeah, if this game came out when Contest of Champions came out, that's the Marvel fighting phone game,
right?
People would have been like, well, this looks a lot better than that.
Yep.
But this is coming out this trailer came out the week or two before fucking Tokon comes out, making them look like idiots.
Yep.
It's just ridiculous.
Yep. Where's Injustice 3, you cowards?
Exactly.
Yeah.
At this point now, I want Injustice 3 because you fucked me over.
We also got the launch trailer for Avatar Legends came out this week. The fighting game with all them avatars in it. I hear that new movie isn't very good, but
I forgot that was even happening.
Yeah.
There's a trailer for a new show thing?
yeah, some kind of
Mark?
babies, Avatar babies.
Yeah, and apparently Korra looks like a psychopath in the background story or something.
But apparently this is pretty good. I've only been seeing cursory reviews of it, but it seems like they did a pretty good job. Of course, I also heard that they were working on this thing so up to the last minute that the review copies didn't have animations for some of the characters. So
Yeah, I heard. Yeah, because the funny thing about this game is I heard the game is incredible except for a couple things.
Yeah.
One is apparently the Switch 2 port is garbage. Like it's really bad.
Yeah.
And that the lobby is like really bad too. Like there's not really a lobby for anything more than 2 people. And there's like a lot of other things here and there that are just like small things. But
Yeah.
it's all fixable stuff. It's just who knows when any of that stuff will be fixed.
But boy, the animation all looks so good. Like it all just looks very, very good.
I saw a clip that made me laugh really hard because it was it's like a move apparently that Sokka, I think is his name, does, where like one of his characters kisses him and he falls to the ground.
Okay.
And so when they did that, they used it to dodge a super.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, this is already the best clip of this game I've seen.
Yeah, I don't know.
great.
They'll have to figure out some place to put it. I don't know if it's going to be. We're kind of hitting that week that inevitably happens towards the end of every month, where it's like, well, there were very few. Michael and I are playing fucking marathon, and now there's like 6 AAA games in one day.
No,
So
it all happened at once. But you should get somebody who knows what's going on in Avatar because I don't know shit about it.
I don't know. I don't know if any of you people know Avatar, but I might be the most knowledgeable person of Avatar in this. But
Well, there's Chris if you can get him, but yeah.
yeah. We got the launch trailer for Halo. Halo's got a launch trailer. So
Yes, Halo Combat Evolved remake? I don't know what to call it. Really.
Yep. Campaign Evolved.
That's right. That's what it's called.
Yep.
Because it's only the campaign, by the way, guys. They don't have it has no multiplayer
It's co-op
component. It's got well, you know what I mean. Like it doesn't have like a
It
versus.
has an adversarial.
Yeah. It doesn't have a Slayer mode.
I mean, Michael, what do you think? Are you Halo'd out? I mean, this is like just another version of Halo. Everything I've seen, it doesn't seem like it has any Vorpal flaws in the early access outside of not being able to connect to the network. But
Well, everyone who's been posting, because people have been posting about it a lot.
Yeah.
One of the things that has been an issue is that sometimes people are getting a lot of errors, especially on the PlayStation version.
Yeah.
Almost like the PlayStation is rejecting a game transplant. like it's just like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know why this is here. Get the shit out of my face.
Yeah.
The other thing that made me laugh is that the reload animations, some of them are bad.
Okay.
One of them, and the reason what I mean, I'm going to explain. So one of them is the battle rifle. People can't see this, but what he does is he pulls the rifle out, grabs the clip out, and then puts the clip in. What happens is he goes like this. The clip comes out before his hand goes out.
Oh.
And then he goes out, and then as he's going back, the clip goes in, and then his hand goes.
So it's just broken.
It's just broken.
Okay.
And it's like in a very hilarious way.
But broken and can be fixed.
Yes,
Like,
can be fixed, but it's kind of hilarious to look at.
Okay.
But other than that, everyone just says it's Halo.
Right.
There's nothing like insane. There's like 1 or 2 like really like new things, but they're also saying that there's some issues people have with the rewritten dialogue because some of the dialogue's rewritten.
I saw somebody complaining about the cutscenes.
Yes.
Some of the cutscenes that have been redone, but
Yeah.
it was so granular that I was like, "Oh, come on, fuck yourself! Like it's fine."
Well, it's the difference when somebody it's what happens when somebody remakes anything.
Sure.
And it's usually because the actors are older or the writing or somebody made a change that you didn't expect.
Yeah.
Like that just made you go like, well, I guess type of thing. It's like when somebody makes another version of an anime show again.
Yeah.
It's like, well, I like that other version better. It's like, yeah, but like that's not what this is.
Right.
So if you want that, just go back there. It's not like it's not like the game. It's not like when the game came out, they destroyed all copies of Combat Evolved or the Master Chief Collection.
It's not like there aren't any other places to play Halo.
Yeah, exactly.
For fuck's sake. Like if you want a 1-to-1, the Master Chief Collection exists.
Exactly.
And I know it doesn't exist on the
versions.
PlayStation, but like, come on, you can find other
Exactly.
places.
I think I'll play. I know I'm gonna play it, but I know I'm gonna enjoy it for what it is. But I know I'm gonna feel like I'm doing something illegal when I play it on a PlayStation.
Yeah. Well.
So yeah.
So they also had the overview trailer for Vault Breaker that went into all the different things. I read I read a post on the Marathon subreddit that that made me laugh, where people were like, you know how younger people these days don't have very good reading comprehension? Where they were like, yeah, there are directions on how to do this, but it's very complicated. You have to read and pay attention to what you're fucking doing. And I was like, yeah, maybe, but I don't know. It took me like a full day and watching other people's YouTube videos, because they're just like, yeah, man, solve the vault, get batteries. I'm like, from where?
Yeah.
They're like, well, get the security first and then hit the tab. I'm like, where do you get the security from? Well, you get one from every boss that you kill, and you need like 17 or something. And it's like, well, what? It's like, oh yeah, there are computer terminals where you can get it. It's like, how do I know that? How do I know any of that?
Yeah,
but
we started it, and I the whole time I'm like, so how did you find out any of this? You're
Yeah.
like, I just fucking just error, like fucking
The thing
trial
about
and error.
it is that when you die, after you die, you can get back into a match within about 60 seconds because you don't have to wait for other people. And
Yeah.
that's the only reason I've continued to fucking play this thing over and over again.
Yeah, he was like Tom Cruise in that one movie, Jerry Maguire.
So, yeah, but I don't know. It's the thing is that knowing that this is a test makes it a lot more palatable. I could definitely see this being, as I said, the end game, because the thing is that I can't get through one vault, but in order to get to the compiler, the final boss, you have to do 7 vaults.
Oh, okay.
And I think you can do them 1 or 2 at a time, but like I'm almost able to do one successfully in the 35 minutes. I don't know how people are doing stuff outside of using the thief, because the thief has a drone that you can then send into the middle section and just grab security key cards and then bring them back.
Because even like I said, when we did our video, even with 3 people, I don't see how people are doing it in that quickly.
People underestimate how acclimatized they are to the game. Yeah. They underestimate how daunting it is for somebody who hasn't already done this. Like, well, yeah, man, I played fucking Vault for 6 months and it was fine. I was just, just go in and you just do exactly the thing. We split up and everybody has their assignment. It's like, yeah, but I don't know how to do anything.
Yeah, even if I was in that assignment, I'm going to be the guy who doesn't know what they're doing.
Like, yeah. This is interesting. Another kind of science fiction thing. Did you know this game Morbid Metal came out? This is like a third-person samurai cyborg action game. We've seen this before.
Yeah, we have, but I didn't know it was out.
Yeah, it's in early access.
Oh, that explains it.
And apparently it's really fun. It's a roguelike. Speaking of science fiction roguelikes, I had no idea that it was out. They put out this accolades trailer, and I was like, oh, I might have to put this one on the list because it looks fun as shit.
It looks really fun. We might have to save it for November when everybody stopped coming out.
That's true. That's true. I need to just start a November list.
We'll put it right next to Garfield.
Yeah, Garfield. And that one Devolver Digital game.
Oh, the Barbie game? Yeah, we can do the Barbie game too.
But yeah, third-person action looks a lot like it's more like a Devil May Cry than a Dark Souls or anything like that.
No, it's definitely more of a character action than it is a Dark Souls type thing.
But yeah, it's on Steam now. Morbid Metal.
Looks pretty cool.
We got a demo trailer for A Pulse. I know that you don't know what a pulse is.
I know, I do not
A
know
pulse
what
is
that
my favorite thing. Okay, so you're in a big spaceship in outer space, and then you shoot your probe at another spaceship, and then you bust up the back of it and you play pinball.
Oh, I do know what this is. You did show this to me.
Yeah. There's a demo out for it now, but it looks just as fun and goofy and bizarre as it did before. The idea of you're playing pinball on the back of a giant spaceship in outer space, and it's also a roguelike, and also there's like you can shoot with the ball. The ball has like lasers on it, and there's like enemies and
yeah, because you're like supposed to be destroying these ships.
Yeah,
and so you're basically invading it, but you're also playing pinball on it.
Yep,
which is such a fun idea.
Which is interesting. There's also like invasion modes where invaders will come to your ship. I don't know. There's a lot of weird stuff happening here that like. I played Yoku's Island Express. I know that you could do a lot with a pinball game.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm happy that gaming developers, especially indie ones, are like, what dumb thing can I do?
Yeah.
And then they just do it.
Yep. A Pulse. APPULSE. We got a trailer for a game I'd never heard of called Retro Space. This is a kind of like, it reminds me a lot of that what was that game from the 30 Flights of Loving guys, the Die Hard one with the cats.
I know what you're talking about. I forgot what it's called, but I know because it was like you were like an insurance thing.
Hard something. Yeah. So this is a space game. It looks like an immersive sim. You're trying to survive against like monsters and stuff, but they're showing a bunch of different stuff that you can do. Like you could spray enemies in the face with Windex to stun them. You could like, you could like throw like potted plants at the lights to knock out the lights. You can use like a fire extinguisher to get a double jump up into the vents, like all kinds of dumb shit. It's got this like retro kind of PSX, PS2.
Oh, that was kind of cool. It showed that he like wet the floor, and then electrified it, and you can every spray extends the field.
Yep, every spray of the Windex makes it go further. Yeah, is interesting. It's an interesting concept.
Die hard.
This it is also interesting because I couldn't figure out who made this game, and it's this company called The Wild Gentleman, and they made like all the Chicken Police games, which is a weird.
Yeah, I feel like we heard of them before.
Yeah,
and I think that was. That's
they
crazy.
mostly make like furry games, basically. Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. It looks interesting.
It looks really cool.
I like weird immersive sim games, especially when they're in a spaceship.
Yeah, and it's all aliens and different, really fun stuff.
Go play Void Breaker. No. What was the name of that game where you're... Void Bastards.
Void Bastards.
I love Void Bastards.
Void Bastards are really fun.
We got a trailer. There was a couple of showcases that came out for a game called Graft. This is a very, very, very strange game. I believe this is from Owlcat. Let me just see real quick. Or what's the name of that? Fuck. What's the name of that company? I need to make sure I know who this is. It is Hairbrained. Oh,
okay. So they've never made anything else before this.
I thought it was.
At least according to Steam, they haven't.
I thought it was Hairbrained Schemes. It's not. It's just a company called Hairbrained. Okay, this is a weird game where it's like you're playing as a guy and you've got like a torso of another person grafted onto you who's like hugging you.
Interesting.
And you're trying to save them. They're like your wife or whatever. And it's like a 2D. Grody ass like sci-fi action game, or like a not 2D side scrolling grody ass action horror sci-fi game. The actual gameplay is kind of like, you're kind of back a little bit doing side scrolling and also kind of forward and back, kind of 3D action, variety of different
fascinating little game
things. But yeah, the whole thing has this torso that is attached to you, and then apparently your character is like grafting other weird shit onto them as you become like more and more monstrous as time goes on. It's an interesting trailer, an interesting concept. I don't know. I was just...
It's creepy.
I like it when I see something I never seen before. I've never seen this before.
This is an interesting idea, and I'm curious to where this goes.
Yeah. It's also an Epic Mega Grants thing.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
We got a lot of weird horror stuff this week. This game called Remote Control from this thing called the Secret Sauce Showcase, where you are put in remote control of humans that are going on to derelict spaceships and trying to like get resources from them, and the way you control them is by typing stuff into the keyboard. So you type like move forward, and then they go forward, and you type like pick that up or whatever, but you're also in control of them. You could tell them to just like directly walk into fire or like monstrous bullshit.
I love that like the trailer just shows the absurdity of it. It's like, look, your mistakes may cost us profits,
right?
Like it says lives originally, but it says profits right after that.
Yeah,
it's like nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, definitely. There's definitely some commentary on corporations going on here.
It reminds me of an old YouTube video I watched called it was something a Funhouse made. They call it Peanut Butter Robot, and it was just like what they got one of them themselves.
Yeah,
and they would do what they were doing here, except instead of typing it, that would be like stand up, like grab knife, like and just have him do these things. So it's like it just reminds me of that, but in a game.
Yeah. Yeah, it reminds me of the old text adventure games.
Yeah,
we used to type like go north. Like
I love the idea
goblin.
of doing that idea, but like on top of a horrifying idea.
Yeah. So it's coming out sometime this fall. We also got a release date for Static Dread: The Submarine. Static Dread was a game Amanda and I played where you were like manning a lighthouse and trying to bring ships in through basically the Cthulhu fogs.
Oh, yeah.
And this one, you are on a submarine that is underneath the Cthulhu waves trying to survive. And it starts off, here's your crew, and they're doing their thing. And then by the time this trailer gets to the end, it's like, oh my God, what the fuck is happening on this? Yeah. That room is full of meat.
A lot of sacrificing just starts happening all of a sudden.
Yeah. Again, I really like the fact that we've transitioned over to this kind of lo-fi PSX for horror stuff.
Well, it's what I like about it is the fact that it's you don't have to do a lot of work for it, and horror did a really well on that sort of graphical design.
Yeah,
because for some reason there's something unnerving even about the way it's designed. That way.
Stuff is kind of obscured a little bit by the low fidelity on the polygon.
I think it's one of the reasons the Resident Evil games worked so well, and same with the original Silent Hill.
Yeah,
on the
leaves
PlayStation
a little bit to the
line.
imagination. So, August 14th is when Static Dread: The Submarine is coming out.
This is very soon.
Yep. Also I've got a bunch of horror games. This one.
How many of them have the name Dread in it?
I think it's only these two. Nature of Dread is another fucking weird thing. This starts with a bunch of talking. You're in like I don't know, it's got very like Resident Evil vibes. There's like all kinds of weird tentacly monsters going around, and you're kind of exploring this. I'm not sure exactly what's going on, but there's just all kinds of like weirdo monsters and real oppressive atmosphere in this kind of dark environment. There's like some woods shit going on. I do like the fact that we've got most of these games now. You have some kind of like weapon, as opposed to I'm glad we're out of the Amnesia Runaway type of games.
I think because people just, as you mentioned, people just got tired of being like, I gotta run away from it. I'm like, I'm tired of running away, man. Give me like something. Yeah. Even if it only barely works, I need something.
It's got some real interesting horror iconography in this one. I like this one at the end. They pull up to what looks a lot like the Evil Dead house.
Good old-fashioned cabin in the woods, guys.
Yeah. Well, sort of. Then when you get to the end, it comes back and you see these gigantic hands come out, and it's like kind of like a Baba Yaga shack.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It's like there's a bunch of giant hands dragging the house around.
Well, that caught me off guard.
Yeah, Nature of Dread coming out sometime soon on the PC.
Okay.
We also got the trailer for Black Lake, which is another one of these kind of similar things. You're going back to like an abandoned, burned down orphanage that happens to be full of fucking creepy ass monsters and weirdos and stuff.
Okay.
Sometimes some of these don't exactly translate super duper well, because it's like, here's another game where you've got a pistol and it's really dark and you're inside of a weird spooky house and there are like creepy monsters. And it's like, well, how is this different than the other one? It's like, well, these are different monsters and a slightly different creepy house.
And it's a different lady.
It's a different lady.
That is the funny thing about a lot of horror games now. They're like 90% women.
Yeah.
No, and it's just like, oh, that's an interesting thing to do.
Oh, wait a minute. I remember now. The difference between this one and the rest of them is that the gun can't stop the monsters. Only light can stop the monsters. And so you have to light and like maintain candles and lanterns and things like that.
Interesting.
And the guns and weapons can slow the monsters down, but cannot kill them entirely, which is, I guess, to me, a good compromise between like you have zero agency and you have a gun that can kill the fucking Resident Evil monsters.
No,
so
I'm okay with that. That's a good middle ground. Because like as I mentioned, like I'd rather have something that kind of works than nothing at all.
Right. So, some agency. I want agency. So also there's a thing where it says don't let your phone die, and I'm not entirely sure what's going on. There's some kind of like a person doing a selfie on a cracked up phone. I'm not sure what
it might have like a light on it too. Who knows?
Yeah. Okay, and then the last semi-generic horror. Is this the one that I was thinking of? Oh no, did I cut that other one? I guess I did. All right. Anyway, Asylum. We just talked about one that was in an asylum. This is another one that's in an asylum. I'm mostly going over this one. This one's weird. This is a point-and-click adventure game, but like from a first-person perspective.
Oh, that's fun.
It is the spiritual successor to a game called Scratches. Do you remember the game Scratches?
No.
It was like a FMV horror game a million years ago. And this has been out on the PC for a while. It's got mixed reviews, but it's got some updates. They're now bringing it to consoles.
Oh, that's fun.
It's got a real kind of like early CD-ROM vibe to it. A little bit better than it's a little bit better than that, but not entirely.
No, it looks pretty nice, yeah.
And it's coming out in winter of this year. We also got the release date for T.W.I.R.L. Twirl.
Okay.
This is a game that I've had my eye on where it's very spooky and atmospheric, and there's like a weird character that looks like a drawing kind of chasing you around, with kind of the implications of real horrifying backstory for a younger character. I don't know. This one is interesting to me because it's got probably the most style out of any of these we looked at. All these end up looking a lot like generic Unreal Engine 5 things. But
yeah, this one's got it's got a mixture of the PSX type thing, but with a little more detail to it.
Yeah.
But like it's using it for more artistic reasons.
Right. I like the kind of the weird, sketchy drawing look of some of the stuff that you see in here.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's something that I've had my eye on for a little while. From some of the previous trailers. So
It looks really cool.
coming out August 10th. Good luck to you in August, Twirl.
Good luck, guys.
Let's see. Let's shift gears entirely. We got a 3-minute gameplay trailer for Lose Lagoon. Speaking of games that I'm a big booster for, Lose Lagoon is coming out pretty soon. This is Tailspin.
Yeah.
This is Tailspin, the video game. In fact, one of the things that I was kind of interested in is apparently you can customize your character, which I think there's some options in there that'll let you make your character look like very much Tailspin related as a way to... This whole game to me seems like it started its life as like the Kit Cloud Kicker comes back to the island and takes over the plane from Baloo.
Yeah.
When they're older thing, and like you're helping out all of the residents of the island and blah, 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 blah. But then we had to file all the serial numbers off real fast and make it our own thing. Because there's a bunch of different like kind of survival elements. You can customize your character. You're
Because
wandering
his
around.
design was different in the original trailer for this.
What's that? The main character?
Yeah.
I thought it was mostly...
At least I thought he was. I might be thinking of something else, but the fact that you can customize them is really cool.
Yeah. So yeah, you can clean stuff up and make new gadgets. You can do like little Fortnite building. There's fishing. There's like making a little house and stuff. You can also fly the seaplane to different islands. There's fucking pilot wings challenges.
This looks really fun still.
Also, I thought it was interesting because they do the little pilot wings challenges, and they say that, when you do that, you can get different customization options for your airplane, and then they make an airplane, and that airplane looks an awful lot like the fucking Crimson Skies airplane.
It does, yeah.
The red Crimson Skies airplane with the double wings on it.
I'm sure it's just a coincidence.
So, I don't know. I'm really interested in this one. It looks like a fucking good time.
I just make the plane from DuckTales.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, you can even see they've got the little powered glider, which totally could have been the little the thing that Cloud Kicker surfs on, surfs on.
100%.
Like could have just been that instead, but no, it's legally distinct. Also, all the people in this game look a little weird, and I'm like, looks like they could have been converted from like animal people.
Perhaps some of them just still are animal people.
Someday I'm gonna get the news that this thing was a Tailspin game that got cut, and then they decided to make it its own thing.
Man, Disney really should just let people make games based on their shit more.
August 27th. Good luck, Lose Lagoon. We got to go faster. Cloud Rooms got released.
Oh, nice.
This is a liminal space game, but then also a Spot the Anomaly game.
Yeah, we talked about this last podcast we did.
Yeah.
It's very creepy.
And they've got this weird, like they've 3D scanned people in the game kind of thing. They show some more of the anomalies in this trailer where they show, what was the one that was like on the seal? There's like a checkered ceiling, and on the ceiling you can see a face that just kind of like bobs through, and I was like, oh, that's a tricky one. Like this one where you can see buildings, but then when you turn around and look out into the distance, there are no buildings being reflected. Yeah,
they're all so specific, and that's what I've always liked about them.
Yeah,
they're never just like a super obvious one at all times.
Yeah,
sometimes it's just the smallest thing.
Yep. But Cloud Room's out now. We also got, let's gloss over this, the Mermaid Mask launch trailer. Amanda and I played this last week. This is the investigation game from the people who made Crow Country.
Oh, yeah.
But it's actually part of a series.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And we played it, and it was fucking charming as shit. Like, really good. It's two detectives, fully animated, that are going into a submarine where there's been a locked door murder, and then investigating all of the different weirdos on the submarine. So
I'm a big fan of that sort of thing.
Skate Stera got a release date. This is Tony Hawk Pro Skater with this lady. She's some professional skater and basically decided I'll make my own fucking Tony Hawk Pro Skater. It is very much Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh, 100%.
If you could hear this, you would hear that they even found a bunch of people that did like 90s ska rock.
I think the only difference is this trailer shows that they did not do a lot of work on the animation of her top port.
Yes. Well, she can also wear a bikini, so apparently that's enough. But
I guess.
Anyway,
but her arms are just not moving.
August 13th is when that's coming out. Heave-Ho 2 launched. We'll have a Patreon video for that at some point. It's just a lot more Heave-Ho.
Yeah, Heave-Ho is a very fun game.
Re-Story Chill Electronics Repair also got a release date trailer. I don't know if I've talked about this one before.
I know.
This is one of those power wash simulator, but you're taking apart like cell phones and Nintendo DSs and PlayStations. And so they've done a good job of mapping like off-brand versions of PSPs and Polaroids and stuff.
Yeah, they didn't even like hide the fucking shapes of these. They're just them, but with a different name on it.
Yeah. It's a PMP, not a PSP.
Yeah.
So that's coming out August 6th. I'm interested in that one.
That's
just
pretty
because I
fun.
like seeing that
The
stuff.
PM1, I'm assuming, is the other one.
Kitman got a full gameplay trailer. This is a friend swap game where you play as dudes in like the soccer in the back room at the soccer thing.
Oh.
You got to like mend the uniforms and wash the shoes and like take care of the stuff. And it seems like you just kind of keep getting requests that keep coming on. There's like little mini games like sewing up ripped fabric and doing the laundry and stuff like that, which could be fun. I don't know. With the friend swap games, I think a lot of it just depends on whether you get a good crew, right?
Yeah, a good crew and whether or not the gameplay loops are worth, or like a fun thing worth doing, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Because that's the reason some of these friend swap games fail, is that the game itself just wasn't that interesting to begin with.
Yeah. And then last but not least, Michael, the award this week for most clever game name goes to Worming from Home, which is a game where you play as a worm that is doing remote work.
Oh, my goodness.
And you have to, it's like a physics game. You can make coffee. You can type. You can answer emails on a giant keyboard. You can have Zoom calls with your boss. You can buy and sell stocks by clicking on the mouse.
You can signing things.
Sign things. You can hire a bunch of other worms to do work for you. You can throw those worms away in the wastebasket. And I'm like, every part of this is amazing, and I want to play this game immediately.
I love everything about this.
Worming from Home. It's just very charming. You got a lot of little customization options and different things. But yeah, I miss the good old-fashioned surgery simulator horrible physics games. I like horrible physics games.
It's like one day everybody just set up making them, and I don't know why.
I think it's because they made I Am Bread and it was too hard.
That's true. I Am Bread really fucked over a lot of it. I think the last one we ever played was the Pigeon one. Pigeon Simulator.
Oh, is that the one with the anomalies?
Yeah, but even then it had to have like something different in it.
Yeah. I think the last one I played that was pure simulator was Egging On with Amanda, where you play as the egg that's trying to roll to the top of the coop. So
I miss those games. You guys should make more of those.
All right, let's wrap it up with a few quick things. We got our Game Pass lineup. As of you're listening to this, Planet Crafter and Shift at Midnight and Hell Is Us is already out. Next week, Halo Campaign Evolved on July 28th. July 30th, we're getting Mistfall Hunter. Mistfall, I don't know if I told you about this. Mistfall Hunter is an extraction shooter that is Dark Souls.
Oh, so I vaguely remember that.
Yeah, instead of an extraction shooter, it's an extraction like third-person action game.
Okay.
Corsair Cove, which is a build-up pirate stronghold city simulator, is coming out July 31st. Heretic and Hex on August 4th. But I didn't know that Beast of Reincarnation was going to be on Game Pass.
I didn't either.
August 4th. So,
good for them.
Yeah, not too long for that. Yeah. Also, Planet Crafter rules. And Hell Is Us seemed like it had potential, but I never went back to it.
It had a lot of potential, and I don't think anyone. It kind of just fell off the map. I can't even think if anybody said it was good or not after we stopped.
I think it's supposed to be good, but just like it kind of came out at a weird time, and it was a weird looking game. So
100%. It was also very depressing.
Yeah. Modern Warfare 4 got their open beta dates. So August 21st to the 25th, is the pre-order early access period, and then August 28th through September 1st is the open access multiplayer beta. Nintendo Switch 2 will not have any of that. So if you've got the Switch 2, there you go.
My brain was confused for a second because I forgot there's another Modern Warfare 4.
Is there I don't think there was an older Modern Warfare 4.
Well, the original Call of Duty 4 was Modern Warfare.
Oh,
which is why my brain was like, what?
Yep. Okay. Yep. No, I got you now. Yep.
So I was very confused.
So yeah. We found out when we're going to get more information about that Witcher 3 DLC that's coming out.
I forgot about that.
Gamescom this year, Opening Night Live, is going to have more information about that. So that will be on August 25th. So there you go. Strange that The Witcher 3 is getting fucking DLC. I don't know. I never played it or either one of the DLCs all the way through, so I'm like,
it's such a long game. I've never even tried playing it. Didn't you guys try doing a playthrough of it at one point?
Yes.
You and Matt?
Yeah, we got bored.
I'm not surprised.
I played the Bloody Baron thing so many fucking times. The first 3 hours of The Witcher 3, I've played it so many times that it's one of those things where you go back to play it and you're like, oh my God, I'm going to have to fucking force myself through this because I don't want to play it again.
You're like, this was interesting the first time, but now I'm good. Because I always bounce off of it pretty much right after that.
Yeah. I mean, I hear good things. I'm not, I like Cyberpunk. Played all the way through Cyberpunk. I like that. So, we're going to be getting some Ghost Recon news on the August 25th.
Interesting.
Yeah. There's been the announcement that they're working on something. It's been apparently 7 years since that last horrible Ghost Recon game.
Didn't they add NFTs to the last one?
They did. They also added Sam Fisher. They also added fucking the Punisher. That weird spin-off campaign with John Barenthal. Yeah, where he played like the leader of a mercenary.
It took me a second to remember that you meant the actor, and not the actual Punisher. And I was like, wait, what?
But so yeah. Still no word on that Splinter Cell remake.
No, God, that's something that you guys should just fucking do. You'll make money.
It seems like we might be living in a world where Pal World gets put into Fortnite.
They should. Just a flick off Nintendo on the way out.
There was a survey that they put out recently that asking about people adding things to Fortnite. Apparently, Pal World was one of the options on that list. I think that there had been some news that Epic was trying to court Nintendo to let them do that, but Nintendo was like, absolutely not.
Yeah, the rumor is anytime Nintendo says yes, they're like, by the way, the stipulation is it can't work on anything outside of Nintendo.
Okay.
Because that was the rumor about why they couldn't get Samus specifically.
Okay. So apparently there's the next Fortnite season is supposed to be like gaming themed, and there's rumors that you're going to be seeing more from Resident Evil, Street Fighter, God of War, and Halo. Or no, wait, that's the ones we've seen so far. Sonic, Kingdom Hearts, and Persona, and then maybe also Pal World. I'm kind of curious to know. I know there are several humanoid pals that you could put in there, but I wonder if it would be like them or if it would be like the characters, like the trainers that you see in the game. Like
there's
Zoe.
also the pets function now.
Oh, that's true.
You can now add just whatever those little pals as your pets. So that might be something they're going to go with.
If you guys remember Hightail, you remember Hightail, Matt? Michael, I'm sorry. My brain.
I vaguely remember Hightail.
We're down to the end here where my brain is gone. My brain is just completely gone.
That's why I was like, what? Where's Matt? I don't see him.
Sorry. Hightail was that game that I forget who bought the developer of it. It was going to be like a Minecraft style game, and then they let him go, and then they put it out in early access. And
I forgot who it was anymore. Yeah.
I forgot who it was that owned it. Ubisoft or somebody.
I think it was Riot.
It was Riot. They put out a gigantic blog outlining all of the stuff that they're adding in the next big update. They're adding a whole thing with goblins, but then also some quality of life. There's like mini games. There's like see-through windows. There's more cosmetics. There's a bunch of different gadgets and magical systems that they're adding in. So yeah, I can't go over all of this because it would be 10 minutes, and as I mentioned, my brain is completely fried.
A lot of stuff though, but it's nice to know that this game is getting a lot further on now that they have access to it again.
I really liked what I played of it. I played it for about a week, and I really liked what I played of it.
Everything is so much more detailed than Minecraft is. Right?
It's also got a survival loop to it, which it's got a better action system and a better loot system than Minecraft does.
I'm hoping it does well when it's finally is like fully out.
Yep. You remember when D-Brand fucked up and wasn't able to put out those portal skins?
Yeah.
They put out a whole bunch of other skins instead this week. They've got all of these different skins starting from like an old looking computer. They've got grass. They've got one that's like a package that goes into square earth. They got
just
dice.
Bizarre World at that point. Yeah.
Yep. The one that I like the most, Michael, they've got some that are just like flat colors, so it looks like concrete. But the one that I like the most is this one that's just called Orange Box. And I'm like, oh, that's a good reference.
That's a great reference that they don't have to worry about getting sued about.
Yep, it's just an orange version. All of them come with 3 different tiers. The Essential Kit, which is just the front, the Deluxe Kit, which includes a wrap for the entire system, and the Everything Kit that also includes a wrap for the controller.
Oh, okay.
And
that's fun.
Even the highest price one's $50 at this point. So
that's good for them. They've learned their lessons from calling it the poor things.
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, that Avatar fighting game got delayed on Xbox. It's launching on September 3rd, and also. The Switch version, you cannot buy the deluxe edition that comes with the season pass for some reason.
That is weird.
It's very weird. So yeah, apparently this one is a rough launch for the old avatars out there.
Those poor guys.
That Game of Thrones War for Westeros game has been delayed until early 2027.
Also forgot about that.
Yep. Just needs more time for polish. Yeah. There's a game called Future No Thanks that is coming out on Steam that's kind of a weird adventure game where you play as an old man in the future that has to do a bunch of stuff before he's been allowed to die. And one of those things is have sex.
Oh.
And so apparently they were going to release the game this week. It was supposed to be released on July 22nd. They were like, we're launching the game on July 22nd. And they came out this week and they said, actually, we're not, because Steam isn't done evaluating the game to see if it can come onto the service because it has a sex scene in it. And apparently you can't submit a video of NSFW stuff. Like, it has to be a way for Valve has to be able to evaluate it in the game. So they had to submit a build to Valve that just had a button that said like, go to the sex scene on it. And they did not expect for it to take a long time, considering all of the hentai that is on the front page of Steam that has just full on boning in it all the time. So
Steam is always very weird with whether or not they are cool with it or not still.
Yep. And then a few quick things. Gears of War 2, there's a person who did who in the modding community. Gears of War 2 is unavailable anywhere to play but the Xbox 360 version.
Really?
Yeah. They never put it out on the PC. It's only the Xbox 360 version. Somebody took a leaked beta build of Gears 2 and then backported all of the textures from the 360 version into that game and put out a version that will run natively on a PC, which means it'll run like higher frame rates.
I'm always shocked when I learn things like that from from games that you think would be on everything else.
Yeah. No, they put out the first one everywhere, but 2 and 3 are both not on the PC.
That's fucking weird.
Or anywhere else. So
at least because they did that remaster or whatever, the first one, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but then they only did the first one.
Which was weird. I still don't understand why they did that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'll never understand those people. Why do Madman do such things?
I don't know. Somebody also added in, I know why Madman do these things. Somebody added in seamless taking off to Starfield. So instead of having like a load screen, you take off and then the ship flies up. It's kind of really terrible transition into space. Like, there is very little sense of motion happening. It's just the ship is going up and then it kind of like crossfades into space. You don't get the impression that you are heading
Oh,
towards
it literally
the
just
sky.
crossfades. The clouds disappeared.
Yeah.
And then the sun.
It slowly crossfades from the. It's like, well.
It's not it's very satisfying, unfortunately.
Apparently, though, the guy that made the model was like, I didn't even want this. I just did this because I realized that I could, and people said they wanted it. So here you go.
And honestly, that explains why he didn't put much more work into it.
Yeah. And they asked about whether they'll do one for landing, and he's like, no, absolutely not. Some crazy motherfucker built a computer that runs on AA batteries.
But why, though?
It was like a challenge. He said he wired together 192 AA batteries to an old motherboard with an integrated graphics card, and it didn't have a hard drive or anything. And so for proof of functionality, he booted up to the Hannah Montana version of Linux that's on a USB key. But he did get it running. By all accounts, he said it would run for probably about 30 minutes on the 140 batteries.
And yeah, that's a lot of batteries to last for that long.
Especially considering you have to wire them up like in a specific container in sequence in order to get that much.
He's like making sure they're all still attached, basically.
Yeah.
That's fucking wild.
So it's a streamer, Uos Lab, which, okay, I like seeing dumb shit on the internet.
This is why I like the internet, is dumb shit like that.
You want to see some cool dumb shit?
What's up?
This is the second. This one wins the second best named thing on the podcast. Somebody made a thing called the mouth pad. It is a retainer with a touchpad on it that you put in your mouth with Bluetooth, and then you can use your tongue to move around on it.
That's incredible.
And it's got an early prototype. They showed off that it works. You can put it it's just a retainer that has like electronics in it. You can use your tongue to move around with it. The only problem with this thing is that it's like $1,400, so it's not something you can just like fuck around with.
Yeah, you can't just.
They're all custom made. You got to get impressions of your teeth done and stuff. But
that would be great for a lot of ADA
accessibility
things. Yeah, accessibility stuff.
Yeah,
because there's people I've talked to over the years that. For my job that like have very specific tools to do stuff like that, and that would help them immensely.
Absolutely. In fact, this led me down a map down a hole to this Call of Duty player called Rocky No Hands, who he uses like a mouth control that has literally like the part that he puts in his mouth has several different tubes that can be both inhaled and exhaled on, because he plays Warzone. Like,
that's incredible.
He specifically plays Warzone.
How the fuck?
And he's pretty good at it too. So, and then last but not least, I saved the dumbest mod for last. Okay. This is amazing. This is incredible. A guy figured out how to make Grand Theft Auto run on a texture. So this guy put a big ass billboard in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, and he has the character walk up to it and open Grand Theft Auto 3. And so CJ is playing Grand Theft Auto 3 in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
By the way, while Grand Theft Auto San Andreas is still going on around him.
Yes. Now, did you think that was enough? That wasn't enough, because then the character in Grand Theft Auto 3 gets out, walks up to a screen, and starts playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City in Grand Theft Auto 3 in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, because you can just do the same thing in the code that's running Grand Theft Auto 3.
And again, Grand Theft Auto 3 is still going on around.
Yes.
Fucking Claude here.
San Andreas and Grand Theft Auto 3 are both running in real time while they are playing Grand Theft Auto Vice City.
Yeah.
through Inception.
CJ is watching Cloud use fucking with Tommy. It's just
Tommy
like
Vercetti, yep.
What the fuck, man?
That's Grand Theft Auto 3 to the third.
Oh my god!
There,
Inception, guys.
Yep.
This is what Christopher Nolan always envisioned.
That's right. It's just too much of a coward to make it happen.
Yeah, exactly. One of these days, you're going to be able to watch Inception while Matthew McConaughey starts watching Interstellar. No, he's going to. Leonardo DiCaprio's going to watch Interstellar, and then Matthew McConaughey is going to start watching The Prestige.
Sure.
In the middle of it.
Yep.
It's going to be incredible.
That's our podcast. That's it. We managed to do it.
Yes.
Woo!
We've done it, guys.
I gotta make these shorter just because my brain can't keep up anymore.
Yeah, I think one of these days we'll figure it out.
Longer breaks. Michael, where can they find you when you're not over here fucking watching Grand Theft Auto to the Third with me on the RageSelect podcast?
You can find me on YouTube under Super Maniacs. It's a Superman podcast they do sometimes, and sometimes on oneofus.net where they do a lot of movie television reviews.
Excellent. Now, if you all... Oh, wait. Patreon.com/RageSelect. That's right. I can see.
You almost forgot yourself.
Yeah, forgetting everything. Okay, go give us $5 a month. It takes a lot of time and effort, as you can see, but the fact that I'm drained to do this every week. So if you've got some cash and you can help support us, that would be great. $5 a month is all it takes. Yeah, and that's it. Now, Michael, I have to get back to Marathon. I've only got like 40 more matches until I can unlock slightly better mods, which might allow me to finally extract with 3 things. I don't know why I'm doing it. Okay,